know what's better than changing your oil with Royal Purple? Changing your oil with Royal Purple and not getting your hands dirty. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, if you buy 5 quarts of Royal Purple motor oil, you will get a free box of Royal Purple nitrile gloves after a mail-in rebate. And that's a $20 value. These gloves are pretty awesome. I use them all the time around the shop or when I'm working on one of my cars. And the best part, they're swipeable too, so you can use your phone. Look, you know you need to change your oil. This Royal Purple glove offer is available through May 28th only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Is this it? This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen in any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have thanks to the Link ECU.
Hello and welcome. This is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. What just happened?
It's anybody's game.
That's right. Type S scores. Can you smell it? Woo! We're ready to send it. Come on now. Make some noise, Orlando. Whoa! Wow! That thing is blowing flames like a dragon. Kenzushi shoots in on the inside. Look at that. Whoa, wow! Pizza delivery right there on the door. This thing firing off like AK-47. Yo! Big swing into the wall. Dylan Hughes right there. Chelsea Nova digs deep on right on the door. Chelsea Nova gets the win here in Orlando.
Wow. Just, wow.
That's what we're talking about.
Welcome, everybody. This is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, Orlando Speed World. It's a sold-out crowd. We sold out a t-shirt. Make some noise, Orlando! Thank you so much for joining us out here. It was hot, it's sweaty, it's scorched. That's what we branded it. We've seen scorched cars at round 1. We've seen scorched cars at round 2. We see scorched cars today, even yesterday. But the track is about to get a lot hotter. But before all that goes down for our United States Air Force opening ceremonies, I'd please love for you to stand, please, because you can see in front of us The young men and women in front of you have made a commitment to serve in our United States Air Force. And to honor their commitment, please remain standing while Lieutenant Hunter administers the oath of enlistment.
First and foremost, thank you for volunteering to join the Armed Forces. Whether you choose to serve for a few years in the Air Force or to do a full career, at some point you will make sacrifices, and I thank you for that. We are in the midst of a great power struggle right now, and in joining the world's greatest Air Force, you are also now a part of the world's greatest enlisted force. I challenge you to take advantage of every opportunity, and through you, our adversaries will be at a disadvantage. Best of luck to you, airmen, and Godspeed. With that, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Big round of applause there for those United States Air Force enlisting and their commitment for what I think is the best country in the world. Thank you to Lieutenant Hunter. Now, please remain standing and remove your hats. Honor guard to presenting the colors, Patrick Space for Space, and the national anthem, sung by Technical Sergeant Litteral Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Technical Sergeant Johnson, the Patrick Space Force Base, Lieutenant Hunter, and the men honoring their commitment to the United States Air Force. Are you ready to meet your top 16 drivers? Make some noise, Orlando! We are live across the globe on our live stream here from round 3, Scorched, Orlando Speed World. Get your cameras out, be sure to tag, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandma, tell your friend, everybody. Regardless, Formula Drift is live. Let's send it. We start with the first car parked, United States Air Force BMW from Las Vegas. He's on NK wheels, high flying, Brandon Sorensen. Moving on down the line, he resides not too far from here in that Drift HQ BMW E36. Make some noise for the one, the only, Adam LZ. Moving on down the line, residing in Georgia, this cowboy slinging Corvette comp cams out of Brock Yellow Speed Racing Corvette. It's piloted by Full Pull Taylor Hall. Up next, an absolute giant killer, taking out Frederick Osbo, the beast from Brazil. Make some noise on GT Radials, that JDM Supreme 86. It is Diego Higa. Moving on down the line, this LS Power Nexon Tires Clone X BMW from Southern California. Killed him. Oh, he's about to kill those tires. Talk about Trenton Beechum. All right, back at it like a track addict. This Borla exhaust, heat wave visual, lean customs, Corvette on GT radial tires. The beast from the Bay, 777, Matt Field. Driver coming to us from the 909. That is the Inland Empire. He rips around the Sunoco, Sim Magic, Sim Racing, Kenneth Tires, Collab, S15. The RB Army flag is high for Ryan Litteral. Winner at Irwindale, California last year in that Kenneth Tires Noback Racing BMW E46. He's quiet, but he carries big angle. Make some noise for Nick Noback. Some more BMW four-year diets. He's got the 2J under the hood, that royal purple GT radio, O'Reilly Auto Parts, BMW from the Pacific Northwest, Dylan the Dozer Hughes. An OG, a three-time champion. He pilots his Nismo Auto Parts NOS Energy Drink, all new Nissan Z on GT radial tires. It is Chris the Force Forsberg. Up next, coming to us from Japan, a Formula Drift rookie, the youngest Formula Drift Pro driver ever, 14 years old. That's right, 14 years old. In Juku Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, GT Radial 86 from Japan, Hiroya Minowa. Up next, again another OG, ripping around the Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, the Rockstar Energy Drink pilot on Nitto tires. It is Ryan Tuerck. A tall drink of water, a tall drink of fire. He saw it on Long Beach, your current points leader, coming to us from Ireland in the AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. It is, again, three-time champion, James the Machine Deane. Some more Irish whiskey in the tank. Make some noise for arguably one of the best drifters in the world, 20 years old. He is a Formula Drift rookie. He is back at it. We saw him in Long Beach, skipped Atlanta, and here he is. He won last night in the seating brackets in the Garagistic Red Bull BMW E36. It's Connor Shanahan. The last two, but definitely not least. Currently second in points, just 2 points behind our leader, as we are ready to see him throw down for another Norwegian pilot. In the field suspension pedal commander GT Radial S15 from Norway, it is Simon Olsen. Again, doing it for Paulette, and he is excited to throw down for the field suspension GT radial. His wife Amy's watching from home, ready to cheer him on. Make some noise. This guy has seen it all, and let's see it. Throw down here in Orlando. It is the one, the only, Oni Bakchis. Well, there are the top 16 drivers. Orlando, I can't hear you. Are you guys ready to send it? All right, let's see how loud you can get. Let me hear you stomp your feet. Stomp your feet, everybody. All right, not too hard, not too hard. Not too hard. We might break the bleachers. We might break the bleachers. We got a lot of fans here. As we have a special guest here joining us in the booth, courtesy of the United States Air Force, again, supporting what I think is the best country in the world. Of course, my grandpa flying in World War II, RF Kling, and we have Chief Master Sergeant Griffin here. Master Sergeant. Chief Master Sergeant?
Master Sergeant.
Master Sergeant. Sorry about the rank there. All right, Master Sergeant Griffin, what do you think of Formula Drift?
I love it. Reminds me of home when we used to drive cars, drift around the dirt roads.
You were, okay, don't tell your mom. We will tell your dad. You're like, okay, I know. We did this in the high school parking lot. These guys do it professionally.
Yep.
All right, got to ask you, how long have you been in the Air Force?
15 and a half years now.
15. When did you start when you were 10, dude?
18.
18. Young buck. All right, well, thank you for your service.
Appreciate it.
And what's your role now in the United States Air Force?
I'm a recruiter out of the 333rd Recruiting Squadron.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Sir.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, Air Force, everybody thinks airplanes and all this stuff, but it's not just airplanes and aeronautics. There's a lot of different roles. What are some of the recruiting roles that you place people in most recently, or some unique roles?
I've placed them in just about all the 130 different jobs that we have. But my job before this was ground transportation. So any kind of cargo or personnel that need moved, we would move it.
Yeah.
So I got to work with the Secret Service team when I was at Olsen Air Base.
Are you allowed to tell me that? It's Secret Service?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think, okay, I'm joking.
So when the president came down there, I got to work with them to set up all the transportation.
Cool.
So.
Cool. And why did you initially join the Air Force?
Just to better my life. I came from a broken home. My mom was in prison for a few years.
Oh, wow.
I got arrested before I came in, so I knew this could better my life. Barely graduated high school. Now I have 3 degrees. So.
Wow. You're smarter than me.
No.
No, you haven't met me yet. I just talk loudly on a microphone. Well, if somebody wanted to enroll, again, either bettering their life or looking to do something with their life, getting, like you said, 3 degrees, how would one join the United States Air Force?
They go to airforce.com or reach out, go on Google and find their local recruiter.
That's cool. All right, who are you pulling for here?
Probably Sorensen.
Okay, that was the right answer.
Yep.
You got right on that one. He is the United States Air Force BMW down there, young buck. He flies in different ways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Master Sergeant Griffin.
Appreciate it.
Now you get to you could take off the clothes, grab a beer, go have a good time.
Awesome. All right, bro.
All right.
Appreciate
Good?
it.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Thank you again to the United States Air Force for their support of supporting and, of course, protecting what I think is the best country in the world. That is the United States Air Force opening ceremonies. We'll take a quick break. The sun is setting, but the stars are rising. The tires are burning. This is Scorched, round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll be seeing some head-to-head action here at the iconic grounds of Orlando Speed World. Sold-out crowd. Let's send it.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
On race day, when we want to show everyone out there who's the best,
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
we really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Is this it?
This is it!
Yo, look at this backdrop. What a beautiful day. Gotta tell you, this is probably the most tepid Orlando weather we have seen. It wasn't too hot, the breeze was welcoming, it was pleasant overall, but just a lot of smiles on faces. Saw so many young fans, so many like new fans, old fans, like children of all ages, right? It was really cool. And if you are a raging FD fan, which I know you are, download the new app. That's right, it literally just got launched today. So FD Unlocked is your all-access pass to Formula Drift. What is it? Well, I mean, here's features. Include access to event tickets, driver profiles. We're talking about live brackets, live stream with additional cameras. Check this out. In-car and trackside, telemetry car data, and FD historical video catalog. So be the first fans to download, see the beta version here in Orlando. It launched literally today. So available on both Apple and Android app stores. So again, search for FD Unlocked. Man, Jacob, you join us here. Join us once again up here in the booth after the driver introduction. Thank you so much. Quebecers up there in the corner.
Yeah.
They got a little nuts. They got a little nuts.
Are they still here? Or
I don't know where they're at. They're all hopped up on. Hey, don't act bored right there. Homeboy's got his hand on his chin. Come on, man. All right. All right, well, yeah, they were getting nuts, dude. They were getting torqued on some Trulies. They were hyped, but sun's setting, and we're about to get lit. I mean, literally with Ryan Litteral in just a little bit. But we are going live online as well as live on MAV TV in just a moment.
Hello and welcome. This is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. What just happened?
It's anybody's game.
That's right. Type S scores. Can you smell it? Woo! We're ready to send it. Come on now. Make some noise, Orlando. Whoa! Wow! That thing is blowing flames like a dragon. Kenzushi shoots in on the inside. Look at that. Whoa, wow! Pizza delivery right there on the door. This thing firing off like AK-47. Yo. Big swing into the wall. Dylan Hughes right there. Chelsea Nova digs deep on right on the door. Chelsea Nova gets the win here in Orlando.
Wow. Just wow.
That's what we're talking about.
The driver introduction has gone down, the sun is setting, the lights are coming on, and the tires are about to be scorched. This is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. I'm Jared Deane. Joining me, next to me is Jacob Gens. We are your tour guides for another historic round, round 3 of 8. An Irishman leads the pack. A Norwegian in second, a Norwegian in third, with a Lithuanian in fourth. A truly international affair, but we are on American soil, and this is truly an international affair. Jacob, what a great round of 32. We saw some amazing battles yesterday in our seeding brackets, but coming into today, just it all coalesced. The line was out the door, out to this road, but what a great way to kick off our top 32.
Yeah, absolutely nuts. I mean, the best part about drifting is how unpredictable it is. Kicking things off, we saw Frederick Osbo, multiple-time champion, being taken out by relative newcomer Diego Higa, absolutely shaking things up. You would never have guessed that going into it, but there we are. Then we see Simon Olsen coming through, absolutely crushing once again. And then other crazy battles like Ryan Litteral taking out Rome Charpentier, who's in 5th overall. Ryan Litteral moving up the ranks very quickly with a battle like that. So if that's what's setting us up for this weekend, we're in for a real treat.
Absolutely. Again, Matt Fields in it. Adam LZ, obviously internet superstar. Christopher Forsberg 3-time. James Deane, who wins round 1 after catching fire on Tuesday, wins the event in the rain, is our current points leader by only 2 points. And currently second in points, Simon Olsen, as you brought his name up earlier, is sitting right there, looming in the shadows. Anything can happen, and it usually does. This is how the bracket shapes up. You can see right there, Noback versus Higa, Hull versus Shanahan. Shanahan making a lot of noise. We didn't see him at round 2, but here he is back at round 3. The Irish driver, 20 years old. Bakchis, Hughes, Sorensen, Litteral, Olsen, Minowa from Japan, 14 years old. Forsberg and LZ. James Deane, our points leader, against Ryan Tuerck. Matt Field versus Trenton Beechum. So an amazing all-star cast. Some drivers are watching from the wings, you know, drowning their sorrows, and some adult libations maybe, or just some energy drinks, getting hopped up for the night, because in just about 3 weeks we have round 4 in New Jersey. Remember, keep in mind, this is round 3 of 8. There's still a lot of points to be earned and a lot of tires to be burned. So anything can happen as we are getting our first battle. They're going to enter the Coliseum that is Orlando Speed World. I'm Jared Deanda. Again, Jacob Gettins here up in the booth, but down on the ground is Lorette Nickel. This is where the point standings at. Does that surprise you at all, Jacob?
No, I mean, normally, I mean, ask me a couple years ago while Simon Olsen was struggling, yeah, this would surprise me. Now it's expected of him. He is hunting for a championship. Frederick Osbo sitting in 3rd, out already. Yep. This means that Odi Bakchis has a chance to bump up the points. Rome Charpentier sitting in 5th, knocked out already. So the points race is going to be absolutely crazy after this.
Ken Gucci out. Matt Field gets a little, you know, a little revenge here. He was out fairly early in Atlanta. Forsberg, he is not here in the building for this round of competition. Dan Burkett, Kazuya Taguchi, he's out. Sorensen is in. Noback, Minowa, Hughes, they're still in. And again, so many, again, tires to be burned, but it's really fun to see just new faces, newcomers, rookies, the age, the different nationalities, the different builds, the uniqueness of the Formula Drift cars. You know, we saw so many S13s and Hachiroko AE86 Corollas back in the day. Now it's Corvettes, BMWs, you know, Supras. I mean, brand new builds, manufacturers such as Toyota, Ford, Nissan, supporting the sport that was once a fad. Here we are celebrating our 21st season of the Formula Drift Championship. It began as 4 rounds in 2004 in Atlanta, and now you can place your bets. That's right, place your bets. In this corner, we have that of Nick Noback going against Diego Higa from Brazil, and you can literally place your bets. As Kemp Curley tuning in live around the globe, as well as all you fans are in the building. Higa has the QR code. We can't bet because it'd be an inside job.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, he took the phone. I definitely think it's you know.
Not that they would listen to us anyways.
They listen to us. We force them to listen.
Yes.
It's like Clockwork Orange. All right, taking a look at our areas. For anybody that's not seen it, just really make it simple, Jacob. Decel zones, outside zones, do it.
Where you see the red, that is where the car is allowed to slow down, is expected to slow down. Where you don't see red, the car is meant to be at speed or increasing speed that entire time. So 3 decel zones, 1 at initiation where the car starts drifting, 1 there between IC1 and IC2 inside clip where the car transitions, and then another decel zone as they get set up for our last OZ or outside zone. They come around the bend.
And what's really interesting here is, again, if your first time drifting or your 100th time, basically, that initiation outside zone 1, a nice radius of a turn. Talking to last year's champion who hung up his helmet, Chelsea Nofa. I know he's here in the building, but I feel like he's got his feet on a table somewhere. Nice radius turn, come down, slam down, the killer crossover, and then a flat sweeping turn to end it. Another member of our broadcast team, we'll bring her in, and she gets all the dirt. She's down on the feet, on the street. Let's talk and bring her in, Lorette Nickel. Lorette, who you got?
Well, I'm chatting with Dylan Hughes here, and as the sun is going down, we know that the track conditions are going to be changing. So what are you guys facing?
So when the sun is beating down on the track, usually it's a little bit more snotty, a little bit more slippery. So once the sun goes down just like it is now, luckily it doesn't appear like it's going to be in our eyes on the entry, which is really nice. But the track is definitely going to have a lot of grip in it right now. So something to consider, but you know, that's all you got to do is just kind of take it with a grain of salt and just know that it's coming. But we're still going to be pushing.
And you guys, when you're transitioning in the infield, you're already smoke blind. Does it get worse at night?
Tough to say. It depends on the location of the sun, you know, if it's kind of reflecting off some of the smoke particles in the air or not. Sometimes having the lights on is kind of nice, so you could kind of see the other car, but either way, you're pretty much blind the whole way through the transition, so it is.
What are you relying on at that point?
Instinct. I don't know. Nothing. Just guessing. Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Dylan, thank you so much. Jared?
Thank you so much. Right, guessing. Okay. All right. That's a new strategy. I didn't know that was in his bag of tricks. You know, he's like little Mary Poppins down there, Dylan Hughes. Dylan won here 2 years ago, notably in probably the worst weather we've seen of 20 years of Formula Drifter. At the time it was 19 years, but rain, lightning, 3 weather warnings, clearing the bleachers, all that. Let's knock on wood, as we would not like to see that right now. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful evening here at Orlando Speed World. So when we come back, the stage is set. Our first battle of our top 16, brought to you by Royal Purple. Royal Purple, the synthetic experts, the official engine oil of Formula Drift. When we come back, our first battle here at Orlando Speed World.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gears. Its slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Motorsports で得た高度な技術、すべてのレースホイール、一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらない。Beyond the Revolution. The concept is racing.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
NGK, the leader in high ignitability spark plugs, is proud to announce the launch of its Mod Performance ignition coils. Designed and built for performance, Mod coils feature custom primary and secondary windings to increase output and performance. Mod coils provide maximum levels of dielectric strength, voltage insulation, and durability. Level up like the pros. Choose Mod Performance ignition coils from NGK, the official coil sponsor of the Formula Drift Prospect class.
And welcome back, and welcome if you're just joining us here. Round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. 2 red cars, 2 different countries being represented, 2 very different builds. Right there you're seeing Diego Higa, who took down 3-time Formula Drift champion and currently 3rd in points. Representing Brazil, Nick Noback, as you can see from Las Vegas, Nevada. He and that BMW notably got the win last year in Irwindale, what is considered the most iconic track in drifting, what we deem the House of Drift. He got the win last year, so Nick Noback is definitely capable of throwing down some heater runs. Nick Noback will lead the first run. Diego Higa trying to emulate his line. Outside zone 1, inside clip 1, inside clip 2, and outside zone 2. We're ready to send it here in our Royal Purple Top 16. Nick Noback, Kenda Tires, Noback Racing, BMW. Initiating into that outside zone 1. Diego Higa, a little bit lower than Noback. He gets involved with that wall. He went on a date with that thing. Let's see if he gets married to it. Diego Higa bathing in the smoke, dives in on the inside, gets lost and blinded by the smoke, not by the light. Into that second outside zone, getting to the creases, Nick Noback, and bring it on home. So Nick Noback, a solid run, really leaving nothing in the judge's hands. He got it to the wall, didn't affect the attitude of the car, and Diego gets blinded.
Yeah, let's see here. Nick Noback, good initiation there. Diego Higa already on the back foot, needs to play catch up to get on the door of Nick Noback, who's throwing down an amazing run. You can see there, Higa already falling behind, sitting in the smoke, punches through too early. Now Nick Noback could have been a little bit deeper through some of those inside clips. They want the front of that car basically just skimming that cone that's sitting there. Those 3 lines help us indicate how close he is to the cone. Diego Higa definitely on the back foot through most of it, but Nick Noback, great first outside zone. Could clean it up a little bit on the clips and yeah, go from there. But wow, talk about starting off with a bang, Nick Noback.
Yeah, wow, that was absolutely aggressive. Like I said, leaving nothing to the imagination. Like, did he hit it? Yeah, he hit the wall, but it didn't affect the attitude of the car. You saw him stay in it, and that kind of crumple zone, bash bar took it all.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about drifting, it's one of the only sports where you get a bonus for hitting the wall.
But don't affect the attitude of the car. The car didn't get disrupted. You didn't see it come out. And this is where the wind is welcome. This is a big smoke bowl right now. The wind, it's mild, but it could be a little stronger. Here we go. Diego Higa out front. JDM Supreme, 86 FRS BRZ. And look at Noback. Diego Higa, great angle. He gets involved with the wall coming down. That Street Hunter's body kit hang out the back. Noback. Wow, good transition. The killer crossover by Noback into that second outside zone. Noback is not backing down. It's not back. Wow, unreal chase run by Nick Noback. Great lead run by Diego Higa, but watch this again. The crossover was insane, yeah.
I got goosebumps. That was insane. Nick Noback, so aggressive. I mean, absolutely just on the door of Diego Higa, who's putting down a heater of a lead run as well. And look at Nick Noback, absolutely timing it perfectly, blinded by the smoke for a full second. Higa could have been a little bit deeper on that second inside clip. But here, Nick Noback mirroring the line, mirroring the angle, mirroring the depth, and then pushes in at the last moment just for the exclamation point on the end. Wow, absolute masterclass there from Nick Noback. Now, Higa out front does a good job scraping the rear bumper. You can see it there through it, adding angle at the end of that first outside zone. As he comes through, does a great job through that first inside clip, second inside clip, a little bit further back, and then starts to push just a touch wide. The judges are looking to have both wheels inside those 2 white lines, and right now, you can see how far back he's pushing. So, has a little bit of room to improve there, but Nick Noback absolutely crushing things.
Yeah, what a run there by Nick Noback. And let's make it official. Nick Noback gets the win. Nick Noback unanimously gets the win, taking out Diego Higa.
Wow. Here's the thing, people forget how good Nick Noback is. I mean, he came into Irwindale and had an absolutely perfect event. You know, perfect qualifying, then comes through and absolutely crushes everybody. So, just, it was nuts. And this is the Nick Noback that we know can drive like this. If he's got his car right, if he's got his head right, and everything's ready to go, he is one of the best.
Absolutely. I mean, that transition, that timing, and what's crazy about that is we saw Diego get lost in the smoke, and the way Noback navigated, it was just exemplary. It's like, oh, that was a little mistake, but Noback just tightened it up. That was amazing.
So aggressive.
Yeah, so here we go. Connor Shanahan going against Taylor Hull, and getting some notes here from Lorette Nickel, and she's saying that, you know, good friends with Ken. Hate to see Ken Gucci go out like that. Hull had a clutch master cylinder go out earlier today. They fixed it. The car's running well. First time going against Connor Shanahan. Looking forward to it against him. Studying his clips, so he's done his research. But Shanahan will definitely surprise you. Here we go. That Rock Cams Corvette. Woo! Shanahan initiates into the side of Taylor Hull. Shanahan risking it in that BMW. Now coming down off the bank through the power rally into that second inside clip. We're talking about this execution. I think that's going to be a real point of focus for us, the judges, and the fans. Taylor Hull pulls on through, full pull Hull. Shanahan was kind of pushing Hull around this track. Again, not having gone against each other, you know, how much has Hull researched Shanahan? And Hull has admittedly said, I watched some tapes.
Yeah, what it feels like right now is the only person who could take Connor Shanahan out is Connor Shanahan. And the amount of aggressiveness that he's got going on right now may be the thing that does it. That dive was incredible. Taylor Hull does get back on the power, not super deep to that zone. Now Connor Shanahan has to start to make some changes and some corrections because of that. Through the transition, we did see a good job from the lead there in the first inside clip. Second inside clip from Hall could have been a bit deeper, and this is where Shanahan I would have liked to have seen come in a little bit deeper. Hall through that zone looked good, and then starts to push out of the zone a little bit more. So let's take a look here. A little bit herky-jerky there from Taylor Hall out front. Shanahan overly aggressive. You have to be careful.
Yep.
Good inside clip there. Second inside clip from Hall. Would have liked to have seen him more on it. And this is the part here. Gets into that zone a little bit late, pushes in a little bit deep, and then starts to come out again. We need to be a C, not a triangle.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way to think about it. So.
Right, don't cut the corner there. All right, so taking a look. Looks like track is clear, and you can see just the smoke lingering, so that impedes on vision. And what's coincidental is those lights kind of, you know, how would you say, kind of emulsify and make it a little more dense.
You can see from here, like just that perspective.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to see where you even have to enter at this point, but at the end of the day, both drivers are seeing the same thing, so fair is fair.
Yep. All right, looks like we are getting ready to send. Shanahan will be out front now. The Garagistic, BMW, Red Bull. Shanahan told me last night, the DM says, get used to the left-hand drive, but I feel like, obviously, proof positive that he is getting used to it. Here we go. Shanahan out front, Taylor Hall in the chase position. Connor initiates into the bank, high on the bank. Taylor Hall massages his way up there. Now he works the side of Shanahan. Now coming down the bank into the power alley. Taylor Hall looks like he finds a sweet spot as well. He drops into formation, tucks in to the pocket. Taylor Hall, look at that proximity, the mimicking of the angle. Taylor Hall, I think the car is running well. That Comp Cam's Edelbrock Corvettes. What a run by full pull Taylor Hall.
Wow, Taylor Hall, I mean, this is it. He is back, baby. Now, Connor Shanahan out front does a good job. We see a lot of left foot braking and a bit of a slowdown there through the first outside zone. Taylor Hall takes advantage of that and gets on his door. Transition looks good. Connor could have been deeper in outside zone 2, or sorry, inside clip 2, but outside zone 2, absolutely phenomenal from Connor Shanahan, and that allows Taylor Hall to line the car up, basically mirroring that angle and that line perfectly through that section. So, what a man.
What a way to start. And here again, perspective. One more times are allowed in 16, and Shanahan gets 1, 2, and 3 votes. Connor Shanahan gets the victory, and definitely going to have to go to the judges on this one. I'd love to hear an explanation. What a good run. As throwing on the headset, Brian Eggert, loud and proud. And I thought Taylor Hall kind of had it there, man. What happened?
I mean, it goes down to his lead run. I mean, there was multiple mistakes on it. Even just in the outer zone 2 for that one, he got into it late, drops a tire over it, then comes back in and exits out shallow. But if you do the overall comparison, definitely Connor, I think, had a much better lead run when you compare him with that. And I think if there was just a few less mistakes for Taylor in his run, I think that it would have been either one more time or really possibly a chance for it to be in his way. But just based on these 2 runs we saw, went with Connor.
All right, sounds good, and I appreciate that. Again, that insight. I mean, admittedly, that's why, you know, I want to remain neutral, but I thought Taylor had a great chase run, but pointed out here, perspective. And we're not here to challenge each other. Justifiably, you saw things that I didn't. And just like people I always back you guys up. I'm just asking questions, and there it is, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so when we come back, we will see as Shanahan, this FD rookie, advances on. It'll be Noback for Shanahan. 2 battles in. Don't go anywhere. The action continues.
In drifting, everything's a mental game.
Boom!
Perfect. If you're not focused, you're off your game.
Ryan Tuerck is back at it. He wants it.
Stand by for mode 1, Charlie. Launch sequence engaged. We are go. We have liftoff.
Extreme performance racing. Battle tested in Formula Drift for the last 4 years. XPR contains Centerlick additive technology, ultimate Z DDP wear protection, and superior high temp performance. Pour Purple, Royal Purple, the synthetic expert.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
It's a fine line that you have to walk. You have to be able to adapt on the fly and be able to drive on your instinct.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Welcome back here to round 3. We are 2 battles in after seeing some amazing battles to start the evening. Track is clear and the track is hot. On the start line, there is Dylan the Dozer Hughes, Royal Purple, O'Reilly Auto Parts, GT Radial BMW, and Odi Bakchis, who has, you know, the end, the culmination, an exclamation point in Atlanta, popped the engine in just a fantastic way. The fireworks you don't want to see on track. And then even yesterday, pops an engine, gets another one, and here he is, man. He currently sits 4th in points, and he could jump up and advance beyond, currently sitting in 3rd in points. Frederick Osbo, who got beat earlier in 32. So Odi Bakchis will lead. Dylan Hughes will give chase here in a Royal Purple top 16. Odi Bakchis into the bank. Good initiation by Odi Bakchis. Both them high on the bank. Look at Dylan Hughes surge. Odi drops down. Good fluid exit of the bank. Dylan Hughes. Man, Laurent Nickel talked about how do you do it. He says, I don't know, just guessing. But right now, that's a good guess. Has to drop back quite a bit there. Past that second inside clip. Odi Bakchis maintains drift. Comes out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a touch. That
was worrisome.
Yeah, exactly. Just given all his engine issues.
All right, take a look here at Odi Bakchis out in the lead. Good initiation, gets into the wall right away. Could have been a little bit deeper at the beginning, but able to fill it out through the rest of it. Comes off the bank here, still on throttle, and Dylan kind of mistimes that transition. Super tough, and then after that, he's basically stuck in the smoke behind Odi Bakchis, able to push things out, and this is the part we talked about. You can see a left foot brake there at the end, but Odi does slow down noticeably, and we're already seeing the track staff over there. So we'll flip to that cut in a second, but Dylan Hughes there. You can see the hesitation. Dylan wanted to transition. His car was ready to transition, but Odi was still holding on to it, which is totally in Odi's right out in the lead. And then after that, it becomes difficult. But like I said, kind of concerned.
And look at,Odi's shut down. Oh no, man, the hits just keep coming.
Okay, he's moving under its own power, which is a good sign. So, yeah, I'm guessing he's going to take his 5-minute timeout.
Timeout. He hasn't taken one, given all the scenarios. All right, so.
Yeah, that's worrisome, but he's got an amazing team over there, and if there's any group that's going to get this sorted, it's going to be the fuel suspension group.
Absolutely. So Dylan Hughes is waiting, but I think he's just going to get word. He's going to head to the pits as Dylan Hughes exits. Odi Bakchis will find out. Maybe Lorette will have some insight on what's going on there, and unfortunately, Odi shuts her down, and we're going to shut her down for a moment, but don't go anywhere. The plot thickens here in Orlando. Don't go anywhere. Round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship continues.
I'm Ryan Tuerck, and I'm super proud to announce Rain-X's all-new wiper blade design, the Tuerck SUV Heavy Duty Series.
Whoa, cut! Ryan, it's the truck and SUV blade. It says it right there.
These new blades are specifically designed for truck and SUV windshields. They're tougher and built for rugged weather. Like I said, the all-new Rain-X truck and SUV blade, engineered not to be turked in tough conditions and built for your truck or SUV. Get a pair today, only at AutoZone. I mean, I still like the idea of a Tuerck and SUV blade.
Turn your passion into a career at the University of Northwestern Ohio. From high performance to automotive, diesel, and everything in between, you'll find a degree that will get you a job.
Students that go through our programs have fantastic experiences and they come out getting good job placements.
70% hands-on, no out-of-state tuition, and accredited degrees in trades that are in high demand all across the country.
10 out of 10. If you even think this is the right place for you, you better just go.
Learn more about your future at unoh.edu.
Ready to rise? To the challenge? Above obstacles. Above perceptions.
Implement the pass on the top lane.
Above it all.
Let's go!
If so, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Look at that Ditto tire just rip.
Been holding power you make for 30 years. But here's the real question. How much torque are you making? Because every single ACT clutch is rated by the torque produced at the crank. That's all your clutch cares about. Your power, your performance, your success. Unrivaled precision, power, and durability. Visit advancedclutch.com today. 30 years of precision engineering and performance excellence. Because
All right, so down in the pits, you can see Odie, and Lorette is down there as well. Lorette, any info? And it looks like you're talking to Odie. Lorette.
So as you can see, the team working on the front left. Odie, what is the car working on? What is the team working on?
So we just blew a coupler that basically is compressed air from the Vortex supercharger going to the motor. It just blew off. So it should be a relatively simple fix, and we just hope that it doesn't keep continuing to slip off. But the car was still able to run. It's just I knew something was wrong, and obviously from my experiences as of recent, I thought it was something worse.
Okay. What did you feel when you were in the car?
I just noticed that it was a little bit of a loss of power, but luckily we have a parameter tuned. If that happens, it sprays extra nitrous to pick power back up. But as a driver, you still feel it a little bit. We have our 5 minutes, so might as well make it right and get a really good battle.
And the clock is running. There is 2 minutes and 32 seconds left.
Thank you so much, Lorette, and some great insight there for the parameters there. That was kind of a neat thing there, Jacob. We're talking about the compensating, the nitrous. That's pretty sweet. Here we go. Brandon Sorensen, Ryan Litteral. You can see the horsepower numbers, the driving. We'll revisit the second half of Odie Bakchis and Dylan Hughes, but right now Ryan Litteral in his RBS15 versus the LS-powered BMW, Brandon Sorensen in his United States Air Force BMW. Ryan Litteral, Sunoco, Sim Magic, Sim Racing. We are sending cars. Brandon Sorensen out front. Ryan Litteral gonna stick it to his door. Litteral's been on one lately. Let's see if he can continue on. As Brandon Sorensen gets to the wall, and he is right there. Ryan Litteral, kind of on the nose of it, needs to come down. Now Brandon Sorensen past that second inside clip and into that second outside. So Litteral supplying the pressure, and now into that second sweeping turn. So some good driving there by both the drivers. Litteral seems like he's found that secret sauce.
Yeah, so Brandon Sorensen's initiation was the first thing that I noticed. So really good into the wall there, and you can see he makes that correction and starts to come back off it. Now, Litteral should have been much deeper into that zone. He does start to make some corrections here to get into the correct place without making it super obvious. Right there being one of them. Brandon Sorensen now on the left foot brake. That's where you see the smoke coming from the front tire, and he's doing that to keep the car from pushing too far forward. So it's a technique a lot of drivers use, and Sorensen using it a lot here. You can see the smoke coming from the front right. Well, in the chase, Ryan Litteral is just trying to figure out what's going on with it, and it does look like Brandon out front is making a lot of corrections. Now, that being said, good tap there. Sorensen stays into it, and yeah, I mean, that's what we want to see, right? You get the head, keep going.
Yeah, it looked like he got him twice. Like Litteral hit his back left corner and then hit his door. Like you said, some corrections here and there. Just tighten it up. Don't leave in the judge's hands.
Yeah, Litteral's going to need a very smooth run to this place.
Here we go, Litteral out front. It seems like maybe he's got that clean air. He throws it high and tight like a fastball pitch. Brandon Sorensen, he's giving it back to him. Litteral works his way up top, hangs it on the wall. Sorensen now pushing Litteral around the track. As Litteral, both these guys taking out the inside clips. Litteral gets into the crease. Brandon Sorensen, oh, we got a tire fire. We got a back left tire fire. Ryan Litteral brings it around.
That's a good one.
All right, pull it off track. Pull it off track, Ryan Litteral.
He's out. He's out.
All right, so what an exciting, make some noise for Ryan Litteral and Brandon Sorensen. A tire fire on that back left corner.
He is pumped.
Wow, Litteral just
look it.
Checkers or wreckers.
Woo! It's scorched, yeah.
Glad he's okay. Got out of the car. The Sunoco got nothing to do with the fuel there, just the title sponsor. But we saw this earlier with Ryan Tuerck, and the tire particulates accumulate, the tire heat, all the tire debris that packs in there, and then it just combusts, just the tire temps and all that.
Yeah, it's these tires get so hot, and then when they start piling up in that back quarter panel, yeah, all it takes is one little spark, and those gases ignite, and that's what's going on. But all right, let's take a look here, because our first view is really, really smoky. But Ryan Litteral, I love the initiation. Already on the left foot brake there. It's not as deep, but Brandon Sorensen doing a great job at mirroring everything and being right on him. Big left foot brake there, and then slingshots out. Sorensen able to answer in most of the ways, but does get a bit of a gap hold on him. And right there, that tire lights up, and Sorensen just tries to put it out with contact. And then we can see there at that point, Ryan Litteral knows there's a problem, shuts the car down, fire response is in there right away. So, looks like the judges are already calling for a side-by-side. They want to see what this is like, because there are some mistakes from both drivers in the lead. The chases were pretty solid, but there were some gaps here and there. It will come down to basically who had the best lead run at this point. Wow.
Yeah, definitely making the highlight reel, man. This year, we've seen just a lot of Enfuego.
Look at our track staff. Ryan Litteral wasn't even stopped yet before. Is that Sopa?
Yeah.
Sopa's down there ready to go. Our main man on the line.
Yeah. Our FD staff was there before our track staff was. And glad they got it extinguished. All right.
You got everybody there pushing
Ryan hyping it up, man. Like, again, like, if you're going to make the highlight reel in some way, one way or the other.
Yeah, it's definitely a clip-worthy moment, as the kids say.
Yep. It's going viral, baby.
It might be. That's a lot of adrenaline there, but wow.
All right, we're going to go to a BC Racing side-by-side for the judges. BC Racing, the official suspension of Formula Drift. You said, basically, you're thinking, Jacob, that it's coming down to the lead run.
Yeah, so what I'm looking for is what kind of mistakes and how big the mistakes are. So things like inner clips, both of them had a good first inner clip. Second inner clip, both pretty much the same. So now it's going to come to this outside zone. And which driver was able to do it? But man, they're both super close. So because both lead runs were pretty par, then we start to switch back to the chase runs. Who had more proximity? Who did it better? When we start to look at that, you start to think about, okay, I mean, Ryan Litteral was really close, but he was hitting. Yeah. And that's not really what we're looking for. But Brandon Sorensen, when he was in the chase, did get gapped a few times. So there's a lot of things that we need to balance out, but it sounds like the judges do have a decision, and we're going to get it here in just a moment.
All right, slide him left for Sorensen, right for Ryan Litteral. Brandon Sorensen gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and Brandon Sorensen gets the win. Brandon Sorensen gets the win. What a barn burner, literally, for Ryan Litteral. And Brandon Sorensen advances on. All right, Lorette, down to you. Lorette, wow, what a crazy one there. Ryan Litteral, he's pumped.
Well, I have Ryan Litteral here, and the first question was, are you okay? Yes, of course he's fine. Ryan, what do you even say about this?
That was lit. It was lit.
It was lit.
That was lit.
Well, he's going back in his car. We're going to get off the track. Jared, back to you.
Thank you. That's it's lit. So, yeah, I mean, obviously he wanted to get the win, but you saw him jump out of the vehicle, pumping his fist. Put on one heck of a show there, the Sunoco S15. That was a good time there. Just like I said, hitting the highlight reel. Brandon Sorensen advances on into the Tuerck Motorsports Grade 8. We are still here in the Royal Purple Synthetic Experts Top 16.
I did have a conversation with the judges about it, and kind of what it comes down to is the lead run from Ryan Litteral there had some mistakes, especially in the transition from inner clip 1 to inner clip 2, where there is a decel, but that decel is further out.
Yeah.
And he basically left foot brakes, kind of loads the car up and then shoots out.
Yeah.
That's not what they're looking for. It's not very smooth. It's not where you should be decelling. So, but man, what a great battle.
Yeah, and just again, just seeing Ryan jump out of the car and pump his fist like he won, selling it like he won. But I think it just exciting run, just and like you said, Brandon trying to stomp it out with his back panel. Yeah, that looks crazy.
Yeah, it's like when something's on fire and someone's smacking you. Right? That was exactly it. But yeah, I mean, Ryan Litteral may not have won here, but everybody on the fans, we won, right? We won with that show.
Yeah, that's what we said earlier. Just everybody won last night at seeding brackets. We saw some amazing battles as we whittle it down, and I feel like that's what we're going to see here in our top 32. So packed house here at Orlando Speed World, New Jersey, just a few weeks away. First ever purpose-built Drift Coliseum, and you can see 3 drivers already in the 8. Noback and Shanahan. Sorensen going against either Odie Bakchis or Dylan Hughes. Now, again, Odie did complete that run, but you heard him kind of gurgle his way. He talked about his charge pipe blow off. Still made it across, but you saw it kind of shut down. So hopefully, and the conundrum here is if he advances on and that blower pipe blows off again, he, in between on run 1, he can't fix it.
Yeah, so they're going to do everything they can now. I mean, that's basically a 30% drop of horsepower when that comes off. As he said, the nitrous will come in, but there is going to be a delay between it coming off, boost pressure dropping, and the nitrous then falling off. So it's, it shows his expertise that he's able to, 1, think ahead like that, right, to program the car, but 2, able to figure that out mid-run, know that he's got support coming in and keep the car going. So, yeah, it's going to play with his head a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah, just like you said, the confidence of it all, right? All right, we are sending cars. The second half of this battle, Dylan the Dozer Hughes, Royal Purple, BMW. We are in the Royal Purple Top 16. And now coming through the start chicane, Dylan Hughes, let's see how he is out front. Gets up high on the bank, good mimicking of the angle by Odie Bakchis. Coming back down into the power alley past that inside clip. Looks like Odie, he's buried in the smoke, but it doesn't faze him too much. Dylan Hughes in the crease, good angle by Dylan. Exceeds it just a little bit, but now comes across. Good straightforward run from Dylan Hughes out front.
Yeah, so as a quick reminder, Dylan does have a bit of a disadvantage just because of how he transitioned from inner clip 1 to inner clip 2. So we do need to keep that in mind, that he is kind of fighting for the win here and a little bit on the back foot, but good initiation there from Dylan Hughes. Now you see Odie Bakchis just diving in, trying to mirror the line and angle, but fighting more for proximity. And look how long Dylan holds on to that past that inside clip. Great transition from both drivers, and Dylan able to lock in here, as you said, in the crease where essentially the banking meets the flat section. The zone actually comes out about a foot from that. So when a driver's in that spot, it's actually a little deeper than what the judges are looking for. So
kind of like hitting the rumble strip in Atlanta.
yeah, like you can use it, but at your own peril. And we've seen drivers utilize it in a couple of interesting ways. So Dylan, really good job from the lead with that inside clip 1 and 2. And now he gets into that zone, and this is what we're talking about. You can see that line to the right is kind of midway through the car, which is not what we want. We want both tires in that area with as much angle as you can put into the car.
All right, looks like we are going to take a look at run one, not the side-by-side. And we will see. It seemed that Dylan was just really tidy on that run. I liked where he put the car, so trying to set up that side-by-side. And here is our BC Racing Go for Gold side-by-side. So let's take a look. Run 1 is on the left. See Odie initiate. Jacob, walk us through it.
Yeah, so what they're looking for is where are the mistakes made. Did Odie make any mistakes? Because obviously in the chase, Dylan had that issue right there. Was there anything that was comparable either in the lead or the chase that would overthrow that? So there is obviously where Odie loses some power near the end of the run, but you do see that there was a large compromise that was made by Dylan Hughes in the chase. So you kind of have to balance all that out. It was a pretty big mistake by Dylan Hughes, but Odie had a few areas for improvement as well in both the lead and in the chase.
Absolutely. So let's take a look. And still the judges just off to our left conversing. The quintessential signature.
Yeah, the side-by-side hands,
the drifting hands.
That's the hard part. Like, if we ever got the draw on tablet, I would just need hands. That's
right.
it. Like, show me with the hands.
Yeah,
I don't need
left
to draw
hand,
and
right
stuff.
hand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to show it like. That's what we need. We need a top-down camera of just our hands, so we can just mimic it that way.
Right.
And you can tell it's a hard decision. Judges still more or less going back and forth, going through notes. Yeah, just trying to figure out exactly how they're going to go on this call. Mr. Matt Sopa there standing in between the cars.
All right, awaiting the verdict here. Our two vehicles are on the line, and it's actually Odie Bakchis' teammate, Simon Olsen. And here we go. Slide him left for Odie, slide him right for Dylan. One more time, and Odie Bakchis, and one more time. They're going at it again. They're going at it again. They are clearing out the track. They are going to exit, and Olsen, looks like Olsen, and it is going to be Minowa, the 14-year-old, going against currently second in points, Simon Olsen. Just seeing the way Olsen has been driving, and Minowa, we know he's talented. He's been chopping away at Formula Drift Japan, second overall. Just a real force to be reckoned with as a Formula Drift rookie. Olsen will lead. This fuel suspension GT Radar looks very similar to Odie's vehicle, just neon yellow versus the orange. Simon Olsen initiates high onto the bank. Great proximity from Minowa. You can see him lurching closer. And then Olsen, good transition by him. Minowa drops into formation, into the pocket, and just right there as Minowa bangs on the door, stays in it. Wow. Dude, 14 years old, what were you doing? Definitely not this.
He was bullying Simon Olsen.
Respect your elders, Minowa.
I know. Not much of an elder. He's like, what, not that many years older. But Simon Olsen, initiation now. Minowa far down on the bank. Should have been way deeper up, and right here, Minowa starting to push Simon Olsen, maybe trying to throw him off his game a little bit. Olsen out front could have been a little bit deeper, does decel in that area. He is allowed to in that area, and now he locks into the second outside zone. You can see one wheel starting to push a bit wide, whereas Minowa, really, bullying is the only way I can put it. He's very aggressive, he's surging in, surging out. It's just a very aggressive tactic from a very quiet human being.
Just pushing him around the track, and Simon didn't flinch.
No,
Simon did not flinch.
He was probably, if he could, he'd be smacking his door like, oh, one more.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, bring it. All right. All right, so looks like there is contact, so this is a courtesy car assessment. No competition timeouts will be held, but both vehicles, again, contact without an incomplete. We saw this earlier, so they are both able to look at their vehicles, inspect them without repercussions, given the contact. Again, contact without an incomplete, not utilizing their competition timeout. So we'll take a short break. When we come back, the action continues. As you can see, it's hot and heavy, banging doors, rubbing tires, burning time. Thanks for joining us here, round 3 of the Formula Jet Pro Championship. It's just heating up here at Orlando Speed World.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or Monster Jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen in any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Let's go!
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all he needs. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof.
It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure, boost control.
All those features I have.
All right, some great runs going down, and it looks like we are advancing on. We'll revisit the one more time of Odie, but two absolute big names in the sport. Chris the Force Forsberg, 3-time champion, and you got that of Adam LZ. Adam LZ winning last year. And it was part of the RTR team. We're going to see limited runs from him. I believe initially he was talking about just doing Long Beach and here. And due to some scheduling, we got to see him in Atlanta piloting the E36. He knows his track very well. He loves the E36. Has never had it out here to this particular venue. And obviously not this event. But Forsberg, his VR-powered all-new Nissan Z. He's been running pretty solid today. We'll see again the equity that Adam LZ has at this track behind the wheel of this vehicle. But again, going against an OG 3-time champion, Chris the Force Forsberg. Adam LZ chase him down. Chris Forsberg will be leading. And through the start chicane. See that telemetry, good start there. Chris Forsberg initiates into the bank. Adam LZ lunges to the side, he has to back off. Forsberg consistent with the angle. Adam now jumps back to the side of the Olsen team. We saw Adam drop back. He drops back once again. Let's see if he can gain that and get in that smoke pocket. Chris Forsberg goes up on the bank. No, no, he didn't. Oh, and then Adam LZ dives in. Not mimicking the angle exactly, getting in that pocket. You saw him get the proximity, But you talked about that earlier, Jacob, about like compromising. You'd rather see mimic the angle as opposed to diving in. We saw that a lot with the Daigo Saita era, right? The Daigo dive kind of diving.
Yeah, the Daigo dive. That's a good way of putting it. So Chris Forsberg, initiation could have been a little bit higher on the bank, and Adam getting very, very aggressive in the chase, which does cause him to have to reel things back. And then we see an addition of angle there from Adam, just driving incredibly aggressive, getting lost in the smoke a little bit, but Chris does go a bit wide there before going through, and now we see Adam trying to push even harder. Does get a decent job at being parallel with Chris, but
that angle definitely showcased Adam LZ and him mimicking the angle here.
Just so aggressive. I mean, Chris is very smooth out front. We do see some left foot braking here or there, but yeah, that's the big mistake there that we're going to have to watch for. Chris Forsberg just pushing a little bit wide coming out of inside clip 2. And then Adam LZ just being, I would say, almost overly aggressive in the chase.
Yeah, and Chris, Chris exceeding that line, that allowed Adam LZ to kind of get into that pocket. It allowed him to catch up and get there. So it's going to come down to the second run, obviously. So Adam LZ will lead. Forsberg giving chase. Smoke just looming like a horror film.
Adds to the ambiance.
Here we go. All right, here we go. The Drift HQ BMW E36 LZ. Adam out front. Forsberg in the chase position. Adam initiates. Chris Forsberg tucks in. Good mimicking of the angle. Obviously could be a little bit closer, but now coming down through the smoke trail. Forsberg loses it. Goes in on the inside. Forsberg shoots in on the inside. Buried in that smoke. And Adam LZ, if he finishes out, it's going to be Adam LZ unofficially, but a mistake was not made that large by Adam LZ in that chase position.
Yeah, so the only thing I want to watch for now is just, is there anything that Adam had done that may have thrown Chris off? Chris not super deep to that first outside zone. Adam doing a good job, could have been a little bit deeper. Coming through this section here, smooth transition, but yeah, Chris just dives in way too early. I mean, we're seeing this more and more. It just comes down to a timing thing. Dylan Hughes talked about it. They basically have to drive by memory, feel, and braille at this point. Like, that's it. They're trying to feel out where the track is, and they have to time in the driver transitions. Adam transitions nice, like fluid and slow, and Chris thought he was going to go faster and made the wrong call.
Yeah, that's a big unfortunate turn of events for Chris Forsberg, but Adam LZ gets the win. LZ gets the win and advances on into the Great 8. So again, two talented drivers, and Forsberg with that mistake. And just looking over the judges, I assume it's just that big mistake by Forsberg. You can see them in agreement. All right, so it looks like we will be advancing on to James Deane. James Deane and Ryan Tuerck. Still no Odie Bakchis and Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting back to it soon, but.
James the Machine Deane, 3-time champ, our current points leader, out front in that AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. All Nitto Tire battle, Ryan Tuerck in that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla.
So one of the smallest looking cars versus one of the biggest looking cars.
The Golden Nugget. I heard one of the fans, this fan I met, I said, what's your favorite car? And he says, my little kid, he calls it the little Golden Nugget.
That's
what he called the Ryan Tuerck's Toyota GR Corolla.
And what's funny is the wheelbase on that car is actually pretty good. I can't remember the exact number, but I'll say it's like 98 or 99 inches. And the golden number in drifting is around the 100-inch mark. Yep. So there's just no overhang. There's like nothing. There's
no bumper.
6 inches between the bumper and the wheel. Which
get a little BBL going.
Yeah.
Get a little BBL in the Corolla. All right. A JDM.
Yeah.
A JBL?
JBL? Japanese bumper lift?
Bumper lift. There we go.
Got
JBL.
It. Gotcha.
Not just the speakers. Got making things up.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. All right, here we go. James the Machine Deane. That Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD through that start chicane. He swings in front of Little Golden Nugget. Oh, Ryan Tuerck initiates. And a bit of a failure to launch. James Deane, we'll see if he impeded on Ryan Tuerck. It didn't seem that way at first glance. And now cutting through the smoke. past that second inside clip. James Deane continues on. Again, our current points leader by only 2 points of Simon Olsen. Now in that left sweeper, let's take a look at that initiation. Ryan Tuerck, you saw a delay there at first glance. Didn't seem that James got in his way.
Yeah, I mean, James has got the right of way, so really it's going to be Tuerck who's able to. But yeah, Tuerck just does not get into initiation soon enough. And you can see the difference in size there between the cars. James did a good job through the first inside clip. Second inside clip, pretty much textbook. Does push a little bit wide in the beginning, and now we get that left foot brake. And Ryan Tuerck now finally able to kind of get into the pocket, but too little too late at that point in time. So it really came down to that first initiation from Ryan Tuerck. It kind of happened slow and a little bit later, but yeah, really, really strange one from Ryan Tuerck. This is not indicative of how he normally drives. That being said, pretty indicative of how James Deane drives, which is almost perfect.
All right, update from Dylan Hughes and Minowa. Both of them are in competition timeout, so burning their competition timeout. Look at how the plot thickens. You pull off and you start finding these things, or you're questioning, or, you know.
Yeah, that's,
yeah.
That is pretty wild. I mean, this is the hard part. These cars are so fast that the smallest bit of contact can do so much damage, but they are figuring it out, and they are making it happen. And you know, that's the reason why they have teams and they have mechanics and crew chiefs and everything else. So it's really repairing the cars is as much the competition as it is driving.
All right, here we go. So taking a look at Ryan Tuerck. Ryan Tuerck out front, James Deane in the chase. Let's see what Ryan Tuerck with the clean air, or at least just a little bit smoky, on into the bank. James Deane on the door of the GR Corolla. He's on that other side. Now keep in mind, he's on that right-hand drive Ford Mustang. Taking out, look at that, pulling up that three-wheeler peeler. James Deane backs off. Looks like, again, that six-cylinder Toyota hot hatchback. Switching over from the fourth now to the sixth. Good job by Ryan Tuerck and James Deane.
Yeah, James looked like the second half of the second outside zone. Yeah, not ideal. Interesting. Really, really interesting. So let's take a look here again. Ryan Tuerck, very fluid initiation, but does not get out to the wall right away. James Deane actually deeper in the first outside zone than Tuerck is. Now as they come through this transition, James does a good job of holding on and predicting when Tuerck's going to come around. Both of them do a good job through the inside clips. And then right here, Ryan Tuerck is doing a great job through that, but James Deane looks like he's struggling a little bit. Still seeing a fair bit of smoke coming out of the rear end, so it's not like he's super down on power, but there is the possibility that something's going on. These RTRs are basically naturally aspirated, and then just, I think it's like a 400 shot of nitrous going at them. So their main power adder is going to be nitrous oxide, and if there is a problem with that, it cuts his power to almost half. Now, we've seen the RTRs drive almost without any nitrous before, and you can do it. It's just not easy at all.
All right. Taking a look, waiting for the results. And we talked about Minowa and Hughes calling their comp timeouts. Remember, Hughes and Bakchis. Bakchis blew his pipe, this, that, and the other thing. And again, we had a courtesy contact of Minowa and Olsen, but Minowa couldn't pull up, so he called his comp timeout. Slide him left for Deane, or right for Ryan Tuerck, and James Deane gets the win unanimously. James Deane gets the win.
Yeah.
Out of action, heating up. And let's go down to the pits. What's the update down there, Lorette? We're looking at Dylan the Dozer Hughes. What's cooking?
Right here. So what's happening right now, Dylan Hughes is jumping into the car. There was the power steering pump that came out of the car, and the team was repairing that. So you can see, if we move here, we can see Dylan moving the steering wheel back and forth and just checking that power steering. And some fluid going into the car, and they're talking to Dylan right now. The clock is running. We have 30 seconds left of this 5-minute competition timeout.
Working the steering wheel, power steering, you can see him. So we'll see how much time, what do we got? Martin working it. Dropping the car down. All hands off deck now. Button it up. We'll see if Dylan is 100%. 5 seconds. See the clock over there in the corner. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all right. We'll see if it's enough.
Yeah, I mean, you can drive it without power steering, but it is not going to be a good time.
I don't think you really can.
Yeah, I know.
Good thing it's two turns, but they are long and treacherous. So, all right, you can see the action heating up here. The lights are on. Round 3 of the Formula J Pro Championship. The plot thickens here in Orlando.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the 2 abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California. K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
On race day, when we want to show everyone out there who's the best.
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
We really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this, I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
Welcome back. The burnout box is full. And it looks like we are looking at, I believe, Simon Olsen and Minowa. So Minowa, update on him. He does utilize his competition time out. He was unable to fix his vehicle, even though he did have a courtesy inspection on his vehicle with the contact, but not an incomplete. So we allowed both vehicles. We allowed both vehicles to inspect their vehicle. But then Minowa couldn't pull the line.
Yeah, so I had to use that 5-minute. And yeah, I mean, they're back to the line now, which is good. There was a little bit of incidental contact there. Minowa just getting very aggressive in the chase.
All right, Minowa. Yeah, so this is the second half of this battle.
Yes, sir.
The second half, so keep that in mind. We're definitely have to revisit. Seems like ages ago we saw Simon Olsen out front, but Minowa, he initiates. Simon Olsen, he is in tow. Minowa, high on the bank. Hangs it all the way out there to hit that outside zone. Course indicator, Simon Olsen dives in. Major correction there. A big straightening there. Approaching that second inside clip. He did something like Forsberg did a little bit ago, but straightens out, and Minowa pulls off to the right. Oh, that's a big shock to the system. We're going to have to rewatch the first run, but what a blow there for Olsen.
Yeah, here Minowa with a big swing initiation. Now Olsen not as deep as he should be. Big left foot brake from both drivers. He starts to push in. And now we see Minowa really holding on. And then same thing, Olsen diving through the smoke a bit early, straightening the car out. Might have been longer than one, may not have been. I'm not here to tell you. But now we see from there on, Minowa able to push through the rest of the zone. Olsen able to mirror the line and the angle through the rest of it. Just several car lengths behind. So see if there's anything wonky here before we pass too much of a judgment from the announcer's booth and then pass it over to the judges to make all theirs. But yeah, right there, it's pretty interesting. Same thing. I think Simon's just getting lost at that transition. We did talk to the judges about this previously on the Odie run about how drivers are going through that first inside clip, but.
Yeah, and look at this. They're not even going to take a look at the tail of the tape on that first run. The judges were counting it already, so slide him left for Olsen. Second in points is Olsen, 14 years old. Minowa gets the win from Japan. Minowa advances on. Yeah, and you got to think, Frederick Osbus high-fives Minowa. Almost getting a little accident there, Minowa and Odie Bakchis as Hughes enters the picture.
He's just excited.
Yeah, but
I'd be excited too.
Yeah, absolutely. Minowa gets the win over second in points, and brought to my attention, Osbo high-fiving him. Here's how our Great 8 is shaping up. So here we're going back to the left side of our top 16 brackets. This is Bakchis and Hughes, and this is the one more time.
Right.
This is the one more time. This is not the second half. So this is an entire full battle. Odie will lead. He's currently 4th in points. Dylan Hughes currently 13th in points.
And to touch on, like I said, I spoke with the judges about it. Their big concern was how they were coming through that first inside clip, how long they're holding on to it, when they're transitioning, and that is starting to throw drivers off. So I'm not going to say there's games being played, but drivers are definitely utilizing those inside clips to kind of make sure that the drivers behind them are going off in a, maybe not in a weird direction, but just differently. And Dylan Hughes is, sir, I don't think you can park there.
Oh, and this gets sketchy. He used his competition timeout. His power steering pump was out. He blew it.
And what is going on
Dylan
now?
Hughes is out. The power steering pump is out.
Oh,
and now competition timeout has been utilized. Dylan the Dozer Hughes has to retire. Odie Bakchis will move on. This will be a bye run for Odie Bakchis. What a bummer for the Royal Purple driver here in the Royal Purple Top 16. The synthetic experts, the official engine oil of Formula Drift. Nothing to do with the synthetics. Has everything to do with, unfortunately, a steering pump. Bummer.
Yeah. I mean, the upside now for Odie is he's able to test to make sure that coupler sticks on. But should we lay back and listen, as you say, sir?
Yep, lay back and listen. Odie Bakchis with the bye run. Oh, man.
Yeah. There's no driver on grid that wants to win that way.
No.
You know, they want to win heads up. They really want to go at it. Yep. And, I mean, that's the situation that we're in right now. Dylan Hughes does everything he can to get the power steering back up and running. I don't know how bad that pump explosion was, but, they got the car back to the line, just not in a place now where he feels comfortable throwing it at the wall. And I get it.
Yeah. No, that was, that's a bummer. So looks like we have one more battle left. Matt Field and Trenton Beechum. Matt Field, the Beast in the Bay. Trenton Beechum from Southern California. The Clonex, Nexon Tires, LS-powered BMW. Matt Field. Let's throw down to Laurent Nickel, who's with the 3-time champ.
So, James, we've been watching all of the line choice, and if there's a small mistake made on this track, there is nowhere to make up for it, is there?
No, it's really challenging, especially now in the darkness, because the wind is gone and the smoke is lingering. So we cannot see, even when you're sat at the start line before you're about to go into your second run of the battle, you're looking into the fog. And, you know, to push as hard as everyone is pushing tonight, it takes real commitment. It takes a lot of educated guessing and hoping that it all works out, but it's very challenging.
Yeah. Are you guessing this whole time?
Through that infield transition, you're guessing for sure, an educated guess, but it's challenging because you're totally blind. But you just have to push through it, and then we were leading first, so we're fine and solid in the lead run, but in the chase run, tire management is hard in the second corner, and we're really melting the tires off here tonight, and it's a challenge on that second run.
Well, James, thank you so much for your insight. Jared?
All right, so our final battle of the top 16. And we are seeing Matt Field, the Beast in the Bay, and Trenton Beechum.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The Borla Exhaust Heat Ray Visuals Lean Customs Corvette is leading. The Beast in the Bay, big Grand Canyon gap, but Beechum reeling him in. Look at that, he went deep sea fishing for a beast. We'll see if he ends up with a whopper. Oh, and there it is once again. Woo! Almost T-boned him. T-bone steak, cheese, egg, and Welch's grape. Look at that. Wow. That got sketchy for a moment. Beechum almost got into the back of the Corvette. Matt Field out front.
Yeah, Matt Field just launches it off the line, does a great job there, and Trenton Beechum doing everything he can just to keep up at this point. I do like how Beechum was able to push the car into the pocket from there. That's not an easy thing to do, and he made it look effortless, just not when you want to be doing it, and there's that transition again. Looks like Beechum did push wide. I mean, from our angle initially, it looked like he was about to go into the side of that Corvette, but able to keep things dialed in. Now Trenton Beechum's got a monumental task on his hands. That being said, Matt Field, time to time, can be his own worst enemy. He's got to keep himself calm. He's got to take a couple of big, deep breaths because he still has to chase Beechum through the rest of this run. And if there is a massive problem, it could result in a one more time, and then, you know, from there, it's anybody's guess what happens. So Matt Field's got to stay calm. Trenton Beechum has got to drive like he's never driven before.
Yeah, he knows who's in his rearview mirror, but like you said, Field's got to stay calm and reserve. I mean, the trend right now is that chase position. You are driving blind. Jesus, take the wheel.
Basically, yeah.
Wrong wheel.
Yeah, wrong wheel, wrong lever.
Yep, here we go. So Beechum out front. Matt Field in the chase position. You see the lights on. Once they extinguish, send it! Beechum and Field. Ooh, look at that. Tip the tail. Field flirting with that BMW. Dives in. Beechum turns on the smoke machine. The second half of that bank. Now coming back down. Matt Field, big angle from him. He dives in. And you saw that. You saw that quick little reservation of where is he at. He checks the temp and then he gets back up there. And Beechum, massive angle. But I got to tell you, a great job by Matt Field. Like I said, going inside clip one, cross that power out of the Smoke Valley,
yeah,
as we can call it, man.
Yeah, I really liked what Beechum was able to do out in the lead there. He throws a bunch more angle right here to get the car a bit deeper in the zone. And Matt Field doing a good job. Beechum should have been much smoother through there. And there's the hesitation we talked about. Matt Field keeping cool, calm, and collective and able to put the car in the right spot. Goes a little bit far back, gets into the smoke again, pushes the car forward to stay out of it. Beechum doing a good job through the inner clips. Yeah, it could have been a little closer. I thought I saw another tire spark up there for a second, but
on the bank, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm getting real aware of it now at this point, but yeah, Beechum. I mean, it's looking better. He's putting things together. I talked about it last year in Utah that he's really progressing in the Pro Series now. Yep. And it's going to be these small mistakes that are going to take him out. But that consistency that he's building with runs like this, show me that Beechum deserves to be here. He's getting the car dialed in. It's just going to be not taking himself out. That's what's going to get him through.
All right. So let's see. Slide him left for Field, right for Beechum, and there it is. Matt Field, the Beast of the Bay, gets the win. Trenton Beechum, a good effort, but unfortunately that mistake in that Smoke Valley took him out. We have our Great 8. All right. We have now eclipsed our Royal Purple Top 16 heading into the Tuerck Motorsport Great 8. There you can see Nick Noback versus Shanahan, Odie Bakchis versus Sorensen, Minowa versus LZ. That's going to be a good one. James Deane and Matt Field. Woo-wee, Rick.
Spicy.
Yeah, that is a spicy meatball. All right, Grade 8 when we get back. Brought to you by Tuerck Motorsports. Tuerck Drift 2, the official drifting game of Formula Drift here in Orlando.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
On race day, when you want to show everyone out there who's the best,
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
you really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
If your answer to the summer heat is let it rain, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Is this it?
What's up, guys? I'm Ryan Tuerck. We're here at FD Orlando. It's getting into the summer months now where the temperatures are super hot for the cars, super hot in the cars. And when you're wearing a race suit with a fire shirt and fire underwear, it really insulates all your body heat. So one way that we combat that is with these cool suits. And the way that works is you wear these shirts that have these little veins and then these tubes that connect to hoses that come up to your racing seat. And in the back, we have a cooler with a pump on it. And that actually pumps all the cold air right to your core body temp, keeping it very cool, and you barely even sweat in a helmet. And that should help keep your energy up, keep your focus factor up, and your endurance to be able to do that through the evening. So, take it from Tuerck, stay cool out there.
All right, welcome back. The Grade 8, that's right, Tuerck Drift 2, the official drifting game of Formula Drift. Woo, sweaty and ready. Get those wet wipes out if you're feeling a little grimy because it's about to get dirtier here. Find yourself out there in the woods and just clean yourself up. Like Nick Noback, Connor Shanahan, it's about to get dirty here. Nick Noback, who is on an absolute tear, and Shanahan as well. I mean, they deserve to be here. The way Noback, it feels like eons ago that Noback won that battle, and that was like our first battle, right? Just pretty straightforward. Noback, boom, put it down. Shanahan had to fight for it a little bit, but still rightfully here. So here we go, Shanahan and Noback.
This is gonna, I hate calling it too soon, but this is gonna be wild.
Why? Announcer's curse. Just
I know.
Put it out there.
Okay, it's gonna
this is gonna get nuts. I hope you had a peanut allergy because your throat's about to swell. You might not be able to breathe. Everybody's gonna get weird. Everybody, where's your EpiPen?
Yeah, grab your EpiPens.
Get your EpiPens. It's gonna get weird. All right. The Kenda Tires BMW against Connor Shanahan. Red Bull Garage Istic BMW. Woo! Right there. Man, oh, Shanahan. Look at him diving in, Noback. He's acting, he's like, nobody's there, nobody's there. Giving him the side eye. And look at Shanahan in the pocket that's not affected by the smoke. He's diving in, he's rubbing his door, pushing him around. Shanahan and Noback banging doors. Woo! Oh, doctor.
Wow.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, Noback out in the lead. I mean, crushing it, but Connor Shanahan, like the Great Dane behind the Chihuahua, all intimidation this entire lap. Wow, I cannot imagine what this is like for either driver. Nick Noback could have been a little bit deeper there through the second outside zone, while Connor Shanahan just, look at that. It's like he was trying to hand him something out the window.
Yeah, that was
wow.
Passing the baton. Like I said, it's gonna get dirty. It's gonna get nuts. EpiPens.
Yeah.
Like Pulp Fiction, man. Just like take one deep breath.
I'm alive.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
All right. So Shanahan now out front. Noback. I mean, his spotter is in his head, just saying, "You gotta push it, man."
Everything we got.
But we saw him on that top 16 run. Nick not back. He was not backing down.
No.
I mean, he was absolutely. Who was that against? Noback was going against that of Diego Higa.
Yeah.
And he was pushing Higa around the track.
Yeah.
You know, and again, Hull and Shanahan earlier, I thought I was leaning towards Hull, but the guys pointed out to me basically Hull had kind of a lesser lead run, so that allowed Shanahan to really knock that kind of meatball out of the park. You use a Brian.
Yeah, like pitching. It's like you're throwing a lob ball. It's it's really easy to hit a home run with the lob ball, but hitting a home run off a screwball, that's a whole other story.
Yep.
So
that's
wow.
Eggert gave us that analogy earlier, and that spoke to me. That made sense. So here we go. Shanahan out front, Noback in the chase position, and there we go. That chase car can leave the line. Noback knows what he needs to do, and Shanahan, he's going to act like Noback's not even Little separation, but I say that by comparison to our previous battle. And Noback shows up. Now coming into that smoke valley through the killer crossover into that second inside clip. And now coming through into that final outside zone. Shanahan want to make a look and take a look at the line Shanahan led. Want to make sure he didn't cut any corners in order to pull away from Noback, but a great effort by both.
Yeah, Connor Shanahan seems like he's always able to find another 5% every single run, and you can see it here. Nick Noback does a good job in the chase. He mirrors it. He gets as deep through that zone. Now Connor Shanahan could have been slightly deeper there through that second inside clip, but Nick Noback washes out a little bit wide, comes in a little bit narrow, while we see Connor Shanahan. I mean, the only critique I have is I just want to see the battle again. That's it. But I think the judges have a decision, and we're going to know here in just a minute. But wow.
Yeah, they're coming in quick. Connor Shanahan gets the win unanimously. They came in quick and make some noise for the Irish driver, an FD rookie. We saw him in Long Beach, and he is in the Final Four.
Jeez.
I mean, he's getting track time. We saw him in seating bracket. He won last night, and now here he is showing up.
There's something to be said about that seating bracket and doing well there, and that momentum that you get, where it places you in the bracket. Like, if you win that seating bracket, if you do well in it, even top three, it does a good job.
And look at Minowa. He won in Long Beach. Remember that seating bracket?
Exactly.
That's the. Wait, I got this.
Yeah.
Chest gets all big. You get all swole. Like
big transform. Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Let's roll out. Odie Bakchis, Brandon Sorensen, half the age. He could be his dad. I'm joking. Brandon Sorensen, Odie Bakchis. Odie. He's hoping that charge pipe stays on, right? I mean, that he wants to make sure that doesn't blow off. Brandon Sorensen.
Yeah, so this is going to be nuts. Hopefully Odie's got everything all sorted. He's able to get this in a good spot. You can see the cars staging up where they're nosing down. That is because when they go to launch, the car's going to shift down. There's still a decent bank on that section. So that's why you see them pointing towards us. If you're ever wondering, watch on the launch. You'll probably see the back end skid down a bit.
All right, so taking a look here, Odie Bakchis, Brandon Sorensen. You can see them reaching in. We're taking a look at the lights, and the lights on the windshield, you can see they're blue. That's static. And imagine a pendulum in the middle of the vehicle. When they accelerate the pendulum and the weight goes back, that means green and accelerating. Brandon Sorensen's lights aren't working, so we're trying to find out what's going on there, and you can see how they're at moot. For, again, blue, you'll see green, yellow, and obviously red is D-cell. So Brandon Sorensen's lights aren't working, but we will not hold it back as Odie Bakchis initiates Brandon Sorensen. Now look at that, he's pushing Odie Bakchis around the track. Look at this killer crossover. It could bite you or it could favor you, and it favors Brandon Sorensen. Great execution, allows Odie Bakchis to cross over in front of him, and then drives back into the smoke pocket. Great job there by Brandon, a great lead run by Odie.
Yeah.
Brandon, it was like he's crawling up and then, boom, stuck to him like Velcro.
Yeah, let's see here. Odie gets a good launch. Now, Brandon, they initiate at the same time in the same place. And what that means now is Brandon is able to tuck the car back in a little bit deeper. And then through this section, you see Odie add a little bit of angle through there. They pass to the second inside clip. And now we get into the outside zone where Odie is just in a perfect spot, and Brandon just provides just a little bit of a tap. Brandon could have had a bit more angle to match things a bit better, but we are at the point of splitting hairs. We are in the grade 8. This is where you have to be absolutely perfect. So all of these small details are what the judges are going to be looking at. Brandon not having a full match of angle there, and now as we come through those inside clips, this is what I'm talking about. Brandon is taking a little bit of angle out of the car, does get a little bit further back to that zone, whereas Odie pretty much perfect to the second outside zone. Masterclass.
Yeah, and we're over here discussing, Chris Yule, Race Ops, and Ryan Sage. This is a reverse of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So how soon we forget, that was just a couple weeks ago, and this is what transpired in Atlanta. Sorensen, Odie Bakchis, and now Brandon Sorensen out front, Odie Bakchis in the chase position. And again, talking about those D-cell, Excel lights, and waiting to see, are we waiting for smoke to clear? It definitely is lingering. Get that angle down the chute, and you can see initiating into the bank. Look at that. I mean, that's camera, that's all the way across course, that shot. The camera's in the traditional racetrack bird's nest, but you could see just hanging out, looking like Wiz Khalifa is hanging out on the start line. So looks like we are good to go. Brandon Sorensen, Odie Bakchis. Who's going to the 4? Who's going against Connor Shanahan? Sorensen initiates. Odie Bakchis chasing him down. Sorensen, big angle from him. Now coming down the bank into the crossover. Odie Bakchis looks like he transitions. He drops into formation. Odie Bakchis possessed. Right there. Gives it right back to him. Banging door. And look at that. Something to prove. Odie Bakchis.
Wow, that might have been the closest transition I've ever seen. That was incredible. Enough to pull the bumper off the back of Brandon Sorensen, but not disrupt him. Brandon Sorensen in the lead, looking really good out front. Odie could have been a little bit deeper through there. Now Brandon does miss that inside clip, but yeah, wow. Those transitions, Odie Bakchis. Now we come to the second outside zone, and now we see Odie pushing Brandon a little bit deeper throughout the zone. Jared, this is...
He like bent his fenders. I mean, he was just, he was riding shotgun with them, dude.
Yeah, it's really, like, that transition is so expert. Now, what I did notice right here, we see Brandon almost missing that inside clip. He is a little bit further out, but Odie, I want to watch that transition over and over. It might be my next screensaver, man. That was incredible.
Yeah, what is he shredding off of the side of his car?
I think it's just all the body parts.
Yeah.
I think Odie was just on it. He was pulling bumpers off and getting caught under the car and exploding. And just, I mean, you get to take some home. It's like going to a, SeaWorld where
all right, here we
in the splash zone.
Right. All right, here's the side-by-side. So Odie leading on the left, Brandon leading on the right, initiating almost identical to this point.
Yeah, so we're looking at the leads here primarily to understand who is deeper. So it looked like Odie might have been a bit deeper through that inside clip, but Brandon was deeper through the second inside clip. And now side by side, who can fill that zone better? Brandon was a little bit deeper.
I mean, it's real close.
That's splitting a hair. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, need laser beams. This is impressive. The Type S lights are on. Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift. Let's take a look. Are we going to slide them left or right? Are we going one more time? One more time? One more time. They're going at it again, and it is unanimous. And I absolutely could not agree more.
That's the proper use of it. One more time there.
Exactly. Like you don't celebrate like who was a little bit better than the other bad run. This is like, yo, let's see them run again. It's deserving of that. We'll take a short break to see the second half, or what was intended to be the second half of our Tuerck Motorsport Grade 8. Don't go anywhere. Orlando, who's going to win here at OSW? Round 3, Scorched.
Comes next for that moment. Looking for what comes next for that moment when everything finally...
1 minute.
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Slippery synthetic molecules and center look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max Gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
モータースポーツで得た高度な技術、すべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらない。ビヨンドザレボリューション。ザ・コンセプトイズレーシング。
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance
to pavement.
Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda tires are designed for your journey.
NGK, the leader in high-ignitability spark plugs, is proud to announce the launch of its Mod Performance Ignition Coils. Designed and built for performance, Mod Coils feature custom primary and secondary windings to increase output and performance. Mod Coils provide maximum levels of dielectric strength, voltage insulation, and durability. Level up like the pros. Choose Mod Performance Ignition Coils from NGK, the official coil sponsor.
All right. Well, again, OSW has been throwing events here for 10 years. They host annual Black Friday Drift, which is November 22nd, 24th, 3-day drift bash, partying, camping, king of OSW competition. Tommy, I know he's going to be out here partying, so join us out here. Join us out here. Again, Black Friday, November 22nd and 24th. Shout out to my homeboy, Tommy. I know you stayed at my house, Tommy. I'm just saying. I was like, who is this? And he's like, Tommy. I was like, oh, my bad. All right, Connor Shanahan. He's already in it. We're moving forward to Minowa and LZ. So awesome. Man, this could go either way. Shout out to Erin Wilkinson, first ever drift event. She's hooked.
Oh, nice.
A lot of first timers today.
It's great. No, that's what we want, right? We want more people in the sport. So it's always nice when people bring out friends who've never seen it before, and what an event to see for the first time.
This is you're like, wait, what? This has been going on for 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard about it. You know, Fast and Furious.
Of course. Yeah.
Our audio guy, first time Thor's seeing it. And
I know, he's loving it.
He's hooked.
Can barely keep him contained.
We're actually not even paying him to be here anymore.
No, his shift's been over 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Just won't leave.
Just won't leave. Seriously, Thor, leave. Our audio guy is just hanging out, buying us donuts.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll pay him in donuts. All right, here we go. Haroya Minowa against Adam LZ. Haroya Minowa, 14 years old versus LZ. Minowa out front, then Juku Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 86 initiates. Adam LZ into formation. And we just saw two crazy chase runs. Now Minowa out front into the Smoke Valley. Adam LZ initiates too early, wrong side, and there it is. That's gonna hurt Adam LZ, but Minowa tearing it up from the floor up. Toe up from the flow up. So let's see, let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, Minowa going really wide here, and it almost puts Adam off course. Just Adam has to stay out of the way of Minowa. And then as we come through here, you can see Adam starting to dive in and get the car corrected, making a couple of lunges. Minowa nice and deep for that first outside zone, and then a late transition, which he's allowed to do, but that definitely throws Adam LZ off. Now, coming through the second outside zone, Minowa looking a little bit slower than some of the other drivers. We know he can pick up a gear, get some extra speed. So there's the spot I was talking about right there, where Adam had to actually stay back a little bit because Minowa's throwing real wide. So we get in nice and intimately there with our drone. And there it is, Adam transitioning too soon, punching through the smoke too early, and Minowa is in a different area code at that point in time. But Adam does find his way across. Just a little too late.
All right, Minowa, major advantage here. Let's see if he can toughen it out, right? I mean, Adam had a major mistake there. That is going to hurt him. But again, expect big things here from Adam LZ. He's in the lead run. He knows he was on the wrong side of that second inside clip. So expect Adam LZ, again, internet superstar, and looks like jump the light.
Got the strobes going.
A cone down. All right, just making sure they'll run it back. Adam LZ pulled back to the start line. Yeah, jump in the light. No cone hit.
Let's get a little nervous. Getting the bugs out.
Right, absolutely.
Now there is a 3 strikes and you're out rule here. Not that I think it's only ever happened once, but
twice.
I
think it was the same person. Not naming names.
Rip, womp womp.
Womp womp. Doop doop doo doo. Adam LZ, Drift HQ, BMW E36, Minowa and Juku Racing, celebrating 20 years. Happy anniversary to Juku Racing. Knows the 86. LZ aggressive initiation. Comes out of angle. Oh boy, LZ, a big straightening there. What if he got slick there? That looked sketchy for a moment. That allows Minowa to not get buried in the smoke. LZ now turns it up into the crease. Almost comes out of drip, but it does not affect Minowa.
Thought I saw another flare up there for a moment.
Little tire fender fire.
Little something, little spice on top. Yeah, Adam's going very aggressive here, but seeing some of the way the car was reacting, I'm curious if everything's okay internally with it, because it does look like he's fighting really hard right here. Looks like he's, maybe a couple of clutch kicks to get the car back around. Something seems to be going on. Either that or he's got so much grip dialed in at this point, just trying to fight back to Hiro Minowa, who's doing a good job in the chase out of having those big disruptions. Hiro's gonna know that, gonna play it a little bit safer in there. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I see just the smoke go, even the slightest shade of orange, I clench up a little bit. But yeah, Adam really fighting it through this section. Probably a couple clutch kicks. Almost looks like he grabs Z-brake again. Just fighting the car.
Yeah, that was, I think Minowa did the right things. He's gonna need to step it up because he's going against either James Deane or Matt Field. Welcome to FD, kiddo.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a tire fire on that back right.
All right, I'm not crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you're still crazy, but.
Oh, 100%, but yeah, not for that reason.
Slide up left for Minowa, right for Adam LZ. I think you know the answer. 14 years old, Hiro Minowa gets the win and advances on. He's going to the Final Four. Wow, so we are going back to the one more time of Odie Bakchis and Brandon Sorensen. Two absolutely shadow boxing. When I say shadows and the boxing, I mean the fighting and shadowing and mimicking the other driver around the track, on the bank, through the power alley, the smoke valley. All right. And again, Connor Shanahan waits, going against one of these guys. Odie Bakchis or Brandon Sorensen. Odie will lead. Sorensen giving chase. This is a one more time battle, absolutely justified. You know, the theology here is minimizing one more times this season, putting a lot more pressure on the judges, scrutinizing and you know, rewarding of the runs that are deserving of seeing them one more time. Here we go. Odie Bakchis, field suspension, S13, tip to tail, simultaneous initiation, big angle from Odie Bakchis. Look at Brandon did this last time. He like kind of just dropped in, brought it up. So a little bit later, but then he sticks it to the door. Brandon Sorensen center punches that second inside clip, diving in, great proximity, banging on his door once, twice, 3 times the lady. Wow.
Yeah, he is getting real aggressive now. This is a big push there from Brandon Sorensen. So let's take a look at Odie out front. More of a straight line approach, but it does get him into the wall quite early. And then you see Brandon sliding the car in there. Big left foot brake to get the car settled once he's into the pocket. Now Odie all throttle all the way through this. And right here we see Brandon center punching that inside clip. Odie doing a good job of filling that second outside zone. And this is where we start to get the knock on the door.
Yeah, he was banging on his door, and Odie did not answer, did not retaliate, stayed in it, pin it to win it.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, you saw the disruption there.
One there, yeah.
They might have checked tires.
There might have been another one there, too. This is crazy.
I think collectively Brandon hit Odie 5 times. Watch, 3 just on this outside zone. Give me a 1. Give me a 2. 3.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Both guys back at the line, ready to go.
This is a duel.
Yeah, that's yeah.
This is a duel.
This is a duel.
Yep. This is a serious battle here. Some redemption from Atlanta. We saw these guys, and Odie eventually, you know, it was gnarly. It was a gnarly one in Atlanta. All right, let's go. Let's send them. All right. Yeah, it looked like they touched 4, maybe even 5 times, 3 just in that outer zone.
Yeah, this is some pretty crazy battles, man. I mean, This is the point we're at where you have to, you know, hit the guy kind of 5 times lightly, gently hit.
Yeah.
More of a love tap.
All right, little TSA pre-check. You know, I'm gonna use the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Use the back of my hand.
Definitely happened a few times.
Nothing's gonna stab me. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. Yeah. All right, here we go. The second half of this battle, and nobody was checking contact 4, maybe 5 times, but nobody asked or requested a courtesy car check. But they continue on here. Brandon Sorensen out front. Bakchis. Oh, Bakchis dives in the end. Wow. How he salvaged that, but it looks like he doesn't salvage it as he goes and loses that front bumper. Getting loosey-goosey here.
Yeah, another one. Wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Sorensen is hungry, thirsty, whatever you want to call it, man.
Yeah, he wants his first event win so bad, and you can see it in his driving. Very fluid on initiation, going in nice and deep. Odie doing a good job through that first outside zone. Now we check into this transition here. You can see full throttle almost all the way through. A bit of a speed check there. And then Odie just looked like he got a little bit too aggressive through that inside clip. I'll have to see it back again because it happens so quickly, but it almost looks like Odie taps the front, then taps rear Brandon Sorensen. But Brandon, I mean, although driving incredibly aggressively, is very smooth, and that's what the judges are looking for. They want you to be aggressive. They want you to be smooth. Throttle all through there, and right here, yeah, Brandon was on the correct line. He was through it, but wow, this is absolutely amazing. And I mean, what's crazy here too is that 3 of our top 4 drivers are very young. Like, this is the new crop of drivers coming in and taking out the old guard.
Sorry to cut you off, but scores are coming in. Slide of left for Odie, right for Brandon Sorensen. Gets the win unanimously. The young man advances on. Sorensen gets the win. Sorensen versus Shanahan. Wow! They're both 20 years old, both young bucks, BMWs.
And then
Minowa, 14 years old. Oh, do you hear that? You hear that? The winds have changed.
Oh, man.
But guess what? Matt Field, James Deane.
There could be.
They come in with their walkers. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking, guys.
I was gonna say the young bull versus the old bull, right?
But I love that. I think that's great. And this is when you know, I know who Shanahan is. I know who these drivers are. But when you get this new blood and this new guard coming in and you don't know who they are, I'm like, wow, never seen them drive before. Minowa, I haven't seen him drive in person. I've seen him drive at FD Japan on the interwebs, seen Shanahan drive, but not at FD. And seeing them come here and really dramatically, both 2 rookies, right, but respectively in FD here in the States.
Yeah, different vehicles, different rule sets, you know, everything is different. And that's the really, really cool part is we're adding more variables to this whole thing, so.
Well, I got to think Simon Olsen, Odie, Osbo, they are pulling for Matt Field here because James Deane leads the pack as far as points and standings. He's only 2 points ahead of Simon Olsen. So think if James Deane goes out here, he matches that of Odie, right? And Olsen went out earlier. So again, whoever is shining the strobe light on the course, please stop. Yo, seriously?
I think that's end of first outside zone. If you're in those grandstands, you got a flash going, please stop.
Yo, seriously.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. And if you see that guy, tell that guy, don't be that guy. Here we go. Our final battle of our Tuerck Motorsports Grade 8, James the Machine Deane and Matt Field, the Beast from the Bay. The machine initiates. Ford Mustang RTR. And Matt Field coming down. Into the power alley, into the smoke. Whoa! We got liftoff, kids. Not talking Cape Canaveral here. We're talking Mustangs and Vets, all American, but it's an Irishman and a beast. Yo! Watch this. So it looked like tires.
Deane going there. We took off in the grass. We'll get back to that in a second, but let's take a look here. James Deane loved the initiation. Matt Field holding back, waiting for James to get into angle so he can dive in. Now, Matt not being as aggressive as I thought he was going to be, and James really holding angle for a while, but Matt Field shallows up through that section, doesn't dive into the pocket. So very, very interesting. And now we see Matt Field near the end of that run really fighting to keep the car under control. So I would not be shocked if we see a competition timeout at that point. But let's take a look at James Deane in the lead to see if there's anything that would have caused it. Comes off the bank, nice. Good job through the inside clip. Good transition. There is a small decel area in there. So James is able to check up a little bit, not a ton. And then Matt Field just kind of fighting the car through the rest of it. So I do think there's going to be some damage done to Matt Field there. Whether or not he's going to want to check it or what's going to happen next, that is up to him. But wow.
Yeah, we are taking a look, the contact there, that front right. For a moment, you could see the GT radial graphic. They can either put the graphic on their tires or mark a spoke on their wheel. And obviously, as you can see, the looks like the splitter, Anderson Composites coming off, and the Forge Star wheels taking a hit, but continuing on. So again, you could see the spokes on James Deane's wheels. So it's basically slowing down. It's an indicator of obviously braking or handbrake pulling.
Yeah, it basically allows you to see when one of the wheels stops spinning.
Yep.
Make it
Look
easy.
at this. So
wow.
Matt Field pulling right to the line, even after a little bit of contact, or a lot of contact.
Yeah, I think
a pretty serious blow.
I think he took an extended U-turn there to kind of check the car out. But hey, I'll take that over having to wait 5 minutes.
Right, absolutely. All right, our final battle of the Grade 8. Matt Field initiates. Looks like no problem with the cars at all. James Deane gets into formation. Matt Field comes down. A lot of confidence in Matt Field's Corvette. Now past that second inside clip. What's going to happen here? He's in the pocket. He's in the crease. And now Field brings it across, and so does James Deane.
All righty then.
Wow.
I just request a side-by-side now. Let's just get that prime, because I think we're going to need it. Matt Field, whoa. Initiation right to the wall. James Deane almost looks like he got caught off guard there, and Matt Field filling all that outside zone. Coming through here, could have been slightly deeper to that inside clip. Second inside clip, no deeper than that, because he punches it. Now we get into the second outside zone. He's got that right rear wheel right on the edge of the zone. Could have had a bit more angle through there, but also wanted to make sure that he's able to keep some speed on top of James Deane as they push through here. James Deane in the chase. You can see the brake lights come on while he's trying to check the car out, while he's trying to mirror the angle. James Deane is another driver that is known for kind of scrubbing out some angle to keep the proximity, shallowing up just a little bit so he can door it. And you can see a little bit of it going on right there. Man, I have absolutely no idea where this is going to go. And it looks like our judges do, though.
All right, so we got a verdict. Slide him left for James Deane. James Deane gets the win. James the Machine Deane gets the win. Taking out Matt Field. So James, our current points leader, advances on. Congratulations to the three-time champ, and our Final Four is staged. All right, Lorette Nickel. Man, Shanahan, he's in the Final Four. What's the vibes?
He's in the Final Four. He's trying to relax in the car as he's getting suited and booted, ready to go. His good buddy, Brandon Sorensen, that battle coming up. Man, what are your expectations?
Yeah, overall, I'm feeling good, to be honest. This is what I came to Formula Drift to do, was be in top fours, be in the running to try win events, and I'm quite happy. To be honest, it's a little bit challenging. I'm struggling to find out how hard I can turn the screw in this car. Never driving really left-hand drive, engine setup I've never drove, but Rome CP has done a good job in the 36, that's for sure, because I'm a big fan of this thing. But Brandon is on it. We're going to have to be on our A game here if we want to take him down, but expect fireworks. I have massive respect for the Sorensen's family, Brandon and Amanda, and his whole family. So I'm looking forward to it. As I said, he's a good buddy of mine, but when the helmet goes on, we got a job to do, and I'm sure he's thinking the same. We got to push hard, and we'll see what the outcome is, but I'm excited.
I'm excited too, Jared, to watch fireworks on this track. This is going to be an amazing battle.
Yeah, the big question here up in the booth is Shanahan going on a run. He says, getting top four would be great. I'm here to win events. Soft-spoken and just that Irish style. He is ready to really get a victory. There it is. Our Final Four is set. The Type S Final Four. Shanahan versus Sorensen. 20-year-old versus 20-year-old. And then Hero Minowa, 14 years old versus James the Machine Deane. We'll take a short break. When we come back, Shanahan and Sorensen.
Is this it?
This is it!
Passionate about a life in racing? Circle track, drag racing, drifting, or monster jam. Find it all at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
The passion here is very different than I've seen any other school. You guys set them up very, very well to succeed and to win in a big-time way.
The fact there's a school you can go to for racing is just a little bit insane, but it's very cool because it gives kids like me the opportunity to chase that dream.
See where your future can take you with a high-performance motorsports degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Let's go!
So the next step was to get this thing on a proper ECU, especially with all the technology that Link has to offer.
Which should give us full communication and full control over all the sensors.
But so far, being able to log in and review every lap has been a huge plus.
To have Link pull through and step up for us and just help us out to be able to all pull it together.
That's all we need. Simple, cheap, easy, works, good ECU, weatherproof. It's got enough IOs too, like we're doing tons of stuff. Oil, fuel pressure.
Welcome back. Let's see who gets the win. Final four is here. Shanahan versus Sorensen. So Connor Shanahan there. He had some great words with Laurent Nickel. Going to be a little bit of a disruptor. Don't know how many rounds because I know he's bouncing back and forth with Drift Masters and here.
He's only going to miss Atlanta, from my understanding. So.
So not too much of a disruptor actually. He could if he goes on a surge.
Yeah, I know what you want to say. Don't say it though.
What?
He could win a
championship. Of course, we got. We think that before round. Who's going to get it? Like,
dude, I was thinking as soon as I heard he was coming in.
I said it right after Irwindale last year. Who's winning next year? Congratulations, James. Who's winning?
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we are.
He burned my shake.
Taking a look, and Brandon Sorensen, Connor Shanahan. Sorensen, he wants it. He wants a victory. He wants his first ever win. And again, trying to recount, I don't believe he's been on the box even on a podium.
I don't know.
We got to bring up stats.
I know, obviously in Pro Spec, I think he podiumed, if not won an event there. I want to say Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And Shanahan, obviously FD rookie, but no rookie of drifting. Here we go. Sorensen across the nose of Shanahan. He dropped in a formation. Look at that, the E36 chasing him down. The Red Bull Garage stick, BMW, prep by Roman, his team. Transition now into that second inside clip, wrapping it around. The magician Shanahan. Woo! Right there on the door of Sorensen, pushing him around. The Irishman shadowing him, the Shadow Shanahan. Wow.
Wow, man. I mean, the way he times it, Sorensen even has an extended float out to initiation. Brandon and Shanahan anticipates the entire thing. It's like he's able to predict everything that Sorensen is going to do. And Brandon's doing a phenomenal job out in the lead. Both those inside clips were great. The second outside zone, look at that, looks awesome. And then, yeah, Shanahan just able to follow him all the way through. It is scary how good Shanahan is in the chase. This is nuts, especially for somebody who is not natively driving a left-hand drive car. You know, everything is backwards and in the wrong place, but somehow he's still able to find his way into the pocket. And look at that. I mean, Brandon Sorensen through that second outside zone just laid his right rear tire on the edge of the zone the entire way through.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so I think Shanahan is going to throw down one heat of a run. He doesn't want to leave it in the judge's hands. You can see just how confident he is in that car. And again, conversing with him on the DMs, he says trying to figure out this left-hand drive. He's used to right-hand drive, but it seems to be working out there, Connor. So here we go. The E36 of the Irish driver, Shanahan. Sorensen chasing him down. Shanahan on the bank. All of Ireland is watching. Oh, and Sorensen giving it back. He's right there. You can smell his tires. Right there. Transition now in the killer crossover. Shanahan around that second inside clip. Sorensen backing down. But Shanahan almost finds the crease. Sorensen bathing in the smoke. Round of applause for two 20-year-old shredders out here on track.
This is absolutely incredible from both drivers. Brandon Shanahan, Connor Shanahan out front. They're so close, they might as well be the same human through this entire run. And look at that, just clipping the inside clip. That transition was so great. So Shanahan could have been a little bit deeper on that second inside clip. And right here, when Brandon tries to surge in, just falls back a little bit. And that's what it's going to come down to, are these small moments. These small mistakes that drivers are making. That's it. That's the only flaws that we can find in these runs. But look at Sorensen mirroring things so well. And then coming through here, we see a very small left foot brake. We do see the decel in that area, which is allowed. But that does seem to throw Brandon Sorensen off just a little bit, while Connor Shanahan able to keep things flowing through that second outside zone.
Yeah, I think this is deserving of a side-by-side. The judges agree as well. The Shanahans watching on. You know, again, I know Ireland is a rich history in drifting. Let's take a look here. The BC Racing custom coilover side-by-side. You can see him tucking in. Again, great job by both the drivers. See Brandon falling back a little bit there. Both of them on the clip. You see that front clip being taken out.
Yeah, it's so tough to pick out the small things. I mean, Brandon does get a little bit deeper through that second outside zone. The inside clips look pretty similar in my mind. When they're up on the outside zone one against the wall, it's pretty tight there too. So we are back down to splitting hairs at this point in time, and we're gonna have to see what the judges think.
Yeah, so you can see analyzing the winner going to the finals. The winner going to the finals. Also, FYI, James Deane is guaranteed at minimum third place. If he loses against Minowa, because he is our current points leader. And here it is. Slide of left for Sorensen, right for Shanahan. And one more time. One more time. They're going at it again. Robbie Nishida saying Shanahan.
Wow.
And Vern or Eggert, which one of you guys want to talk? Again, one more time. One of you guys throw on your headset. Let's wrap out with the judges again. Vern, we haven't heard from you. Vernon Tilmer Vernon. Burn him down. Vern, you went with one more time. Why so?
It was too close. I think if you look at both leads, there were some small minor errors here and there. And in chase, it was also very close, very calm of both of the guys. Yeah, we had to see them one more time.
All right, just why not see it once again? So there we have it. Again, Vern, Brian Eggert, Robin Ishida, Reese Marin rejoins us. He is here in the building, but obviously sitting to the side this round, he'll be in New Jersey. But again, James Deane will be podium, but he'd obviously like to better it if he gets the win. Obviously second or the win. And of course, if he loses, he gets third place. Minowa, 14 years old. James Deane, not about the age, it's about the car. It's about the weapon. It's about the talent. James, the Machine Deane, three-time champ. Minowa, he's been sharpening his sword. He pulled it out in that driver introduction. He's been sharpening it in Japan, and he's ready to cut down that three-time champ. James Deane will lead in that AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD. Minowa in the Ejuka Racing, Jerry Yang Racing, 86. Here we go. Again, this old guard, new guard, Padawan, Jedi, whatever analogy you want to use. Let's see some drifting. Send it! James Deane and Minowa. James Deane initiates Minowa down there quite a bit. He dives in, good proximity. Let's see him mimic that angle. That AutoZone Spec 5 FD transitions through the power alley into that second. Here comes Minowa. Minowa bringing it on in, into the outside zone. And now Minowa almost tapping the door. Some more tire fires. Keep them cool, boys. Keep them cool. Wow.
Right, wow, okay. James Deane out front, right to the wall immediately. Minowa has to take a second to get the car settled in, but does go almost deeper through that first outside zone. Now, James Deane does a good job through that inside clip. Minowa diving in and predicting the timing as James Deane crushes the second inside clip. Now through here, I don't know how Minowa is even breathing at that point in time because he is completely filled with smoke. That is a right-hand drive car, so he is just getting mid-o tire smoke to the face that entire second outside zone, but wow, absolutely nuts. James Deane edging on perfection throughout this entire run. And Minowa just, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea how he's able to do that.
All right, second half of this battle. Minowa will be out front. James Deane in that chase position. Let's see who's going to explode. Will it be Minowa or James Deane? Like I said, James guaranteed a podium, #1 in standings. That's point standings. And you want to lock in the top 24 for New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey. And if you don't go to the seeding brackets, you want to lock in the top 24. So 24 of this round, you're locked and loaded. You will not see action on Thursday of New Jersey because we got Pro Spec, Pro, so on and so forth.
Yeah, you don't.
Seeding bracket day of Thursday. So yeah, action. You got a day off on Friday in Jersey. Here we go. Minowa out front. James Deane chasing him down. Let's see what we got. Minowa, I mean, this is an absolute proximity fest. Minowa, good angle. James Deane not letting the young buck run away. James Deane, let's see how he transitions. He lets him go a little bit, lets him line out, see if he can reel him back in. But Minowa, great angle. James Deane, he's got the proximity. There's that right side tire fire, shuts it down. Minowa shuts down. I mean, everybody is just running their tires to the limit. The 5-grit sandpaper eating them up, getting the heat on the feet.
Yeah, Hiro Minowa, I love the way he transitions into that initiation, able to float the car out. James Deane does a good job of knowing what Minowa's going to do. Shouts out to the spotter there for giving him those notes. And as I come through here, I do see there is a break from Minowa coming off the bank. Now, that's not a decel zone, so I'm sure the judge is going to be taking a look at it, but James Deane able to more or less keep an eye on that and get everything settled. Yeah, it's really, really interesting as they come through this. So initiation nice and floaty. James Deane not quite as deep, does scrub out a little bit to get back into the pocket there. And this part right here, you can see the left foot brake of Minowa, which does slow the car down, it seems, a little bit as they float through. And then right here, James Deane does pull out a fair bit of angle to keep the proximity. And then we get our little bit of tire fire there.
Right side tire fire, heat on the feet. Do we have a winner? Are we going one more time? What is going to happen? We are going BC Racing, go for gold, side by side.
All right.
See, Jake.
We need to focus on the leads here. Is there any spot where either of the lead drivers did something they shouldn't have or they can be deducting points? Because chase-wise, things look absolutely incredible. So James Deane does a good job through the inside clips. The crowd is absolutely cheering the top of their lungs for a one more time. And then it comes down to some of the angles there through that last section, but wow, man. How long's our track rental for? Because I think we're going to be going a bit late tonight.
I mean, here we are nearing the end. This is when you want to see the one more time. The pressure mounts. You know, it's a pressure cooker, and that's when you really rise to the occasion. You know, you respect. You know what the other driver. You anticipate what the other driver is going to do. You know they have the caliber of both vehicle, man, machine, the elements. I mean, look at. I mean, those Nittos are burnt to the ground, man.
That's crazy.
Here we go. Do we have a winner, or is it going one more time? Make some noise, New Jersey. Is it James Deane or Minowa, or one more time? One more time! Another one more time. The fans erupting. And it looks like we are going back to the other battle of the one more time. Shanahan and Sorensen. All right, you can see Sorensen coming into view. Shanahan following him down. the one side. So we saw them battle once again. Stephanie Dienda, I'll see you soon. Love you. And Darlene Parker, see you as well. And father-in-law watching at home. Brandon Sorensen warming up his tires. And Shanahan coming into view. A calm composure when he spoke to Lorette.
Yeah, he was pretty relaxed in there. I mean, I think that's very indicative of his performance, too. He's able to separate himself and get into a good headspace, because if you let the adrenaline take over right now, it's going to be a problem. You're going to make strange mistakes.
Yeah, you kind of just got to simmer it down, dial it back a little bit, just get in your head, stay focused. And but I'm glad he did have those words with Lorette. That's Lorette does such a great job of asking the right questions at the right time.
And that focus, you could see it, just that 1,000-yard stare of just, you know, I don't know if he was staring at the podium at that point, but he's ready for it.
Yep. Yeah, he has something to prove, man. He wanted to come over here, make an impact, and him just being here in the Final Four is just really shining a lot of light on his talent, coming together last minute. And, you know, talking to Sage before the season began, he's like, by the way, Shanahan's in. It was a last minute strike of midnight, I'm coming. And everybody was stoked to hear that he's coming over the pond. Here we go, Sorensen out front, Shanahan, and he applies the pressure once again. Sorensen high on the bank, Shanahan. He noses in that front left nostril of that BMW E36. Now transition in, boom, right there into formation, into the smoke pocket. Goes Shanahan, Sorensen, look at that minimal steering feed on the wheel, and wow. Once again, I mean, that is not a broken record. That is just absolutely back at it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Shanahan chasing here. You can see him creep up a little bit, and Sorensen, just the launch is so good. And then we see this dive in from Shanahan, who has to pull back a little bit. Seemed like Sorensen's initiation was a little bit late. Leaves that zone a touch early, but that transition, oh my God. That was absolutely wild as they come through the rest of the zone. So Brandon was a little bit wide on that second outside zone, which actually allowed Shanahan to do a dive like that. If you were a bit tighter in, he would have hit the side of him. So it's like, I don't know. It's like he's able to predict the future. I think time isn't slow for Shanahan.
Everything slows down. What movie is that where everything slows down? I don't know.
The Matrix? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. No, seriously, it's like bullet time. Like, the fact that he's able to almost predict what's about to happen in the driver in front of him, I don't understand how it works.
Absolutely. Yeah, unreal. So, and now here he is up front, Sorensen. I mean, where he is driving on a level we have not seen from him before, just on a consistency level. We've seen some moments of greatness from him, but right now, maybe it's best that he's going against Shanahan, who he doesn't know what his track record looks like, and now here he is going against arguably one of the best in the world. Here we go, Sorensen initiates, he bangs the back end to back end. Do a little butt tap, car on car, beamer on beamer. Now Shanahan comes down into the power rally. You can see Son's that front bumper. Oh, Sorensen looked like a left or a right headlight bashing into that last outside sweeper and across the finish line.
Man.
So that power rally might have played a role here. Let's take a look. Sorensen, like I said, leveling up.
Yeah, okay, wow. Where do I even begin here? Brandon Sorensen is just on one tonight, and Shanahan out front gives him the perfect platform to be able to do what he is doing in the chase here. And we see Sorensen pushing through nice and wide through that. I mean, he's taking the inside line, which is great, and we start to see the taps happen now. 1, 2, 3, I don't even know. I've lost count at this point. I'm running out of words to talk about how incredible these runs are here.
No, you can't. You can't.
Every single time we think that this isn't going to get better, it does. And it speaks to the consistency and how incredible these drivers are. They're able to do this over and over and over again. And it's all for our viewing pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't run out of words. You're paid for your words.
I know. I got to
WPMs, baby. Words per minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Do we have a verdict? What do you guys think? The fans here in Orlando. Who gets the win? Is it Brandon Sorensen? Or is it Connor Shanahan? Or do you want to see them go UNOH? One more time?
There we go.
They didn't want to go home.
Man, I mean,
I don't want to go home
either, but I think really at this point, because of how good the line is, I want to make sure that everybody's filling all the zones correctly, but then it kind of comes down to the added angle that drivers are able to put in at this point. So, which even still, I mean, it's pretty close to these zones. You could say Brandon's got a bit more angle here or there, but Connor's got it in other spots. And man, I'm just happy I'm not a judge. That's it. I am so happy that I'm not a judge at this point in time. So scores are in. Scores are in.
Connor Shanahan gets 1, 2. Shanahan gets the win. It's unanimous. Shanahan gets the win. Shanahan moves on to the finals. An FD rookie moving on. Got knocked out early in Long Beach, and now Shanahan is in the finals. We are seeing some history here. How crazy would it be Shanahan and Minowa in the finals?
Yeah.
Two FD rookies, right? You know, obviously international stars in their own countries, Ireland, Japan. And then, fun fact about Minowa, I was informed that James Deane actually got Minowa into drifting.
No way.
Yeah, and he got him interested in drifting. It's been his dream to battle him and beat him since he was a little kid. Keep in mind, when he's a little kid, he's a little kid.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't
was it
that
last
long ago.
year? Does that when he was 12? 2 years ago?
Wow.
All right, yeah, thank you so much. Hey, where are we at? I don't even see the drone.
I don't know. It's incognito, man.
You're like a.
Oh, it's our camera guy. That's why.
Hey, there we are. So there we go. Hey, let's start a wave real quick. Those closest to the bank on 3. Let's send a wave. Closest to the bank on 3. Lift your hands up where my eyes can see. Closest on the bank. 1, 2, 3. Come on now. Put your hands up close to the bank. Send it on this way. Not at the same time, you dorks. Keep it coming this way. Keep it coming. There we go. All the way across. Keep it going. Now you're going to send it back or go across. Oh, my gosh. You guys don't take instructions very well.
First timers.
First timers.
First day on the job.
Wow. I remember my first wave. All right, on 3, closest to the bank. You're going to do it again, okay? Close to the bank. Let's see if we can start this ripple. 1, 2, 3. Send it. Go. Come on. There we go. Security man. Thank you, brother. Here we go, coming across. Oh, now you put your hands down. Oh my gosh, it lost momentum. Oh, my skateboard.
Oh, it's going, it's going.
Oh, restarted. We got a rip car. You're sending it back. Oh my gosh. Man, you guys are hopped up on Rockstar energy. Well, we need to get these guys to focus. That'll get your attention. All right, we'll try it again. We'll try it again. All right, so here we are. James Deane and Minowa. Jeremy Bay, 1945, Speed and Custom, watching in Troy, New York, cheering him on Instagram. Nice sweet tattoos, brother. Cheering on James Machine Deane. Clayton Triggs, he's drinking bottled wine. Who's cheering on Minowa? Make some noise. 14 years old, James Machine Deane, 3-time champ. Who's going to the finals against? Connor Shanahan. James Deane initiates. Minowa right there. It's his dream to beat him. And here comes James Deane down into the pocket. Oh, Minowa overshoots, goes wild off the bank. That is a huge shock to Minowa's system. That is going to be huge, and that could have been way worse. What went wrong for Minowa? Off the bank, shot forward. Watch this again, Jacob. That got sketch.
James Deane puts on a killer initiation. Now Minowa is trying to battle back in, pushing really, really hard as James Deane comes through here. Minowa just loses track of where he is, starts to dive, able to get the brakes on, because that could have been a T-bone. That could have gotten way, way worse. But wow, James Deane out in the lead though. Just we're seeing perfection over and over again, and it's going to be the drivers that are able to keep their composure, they keep their head on their shoulders, that are going to pass on. And right now, Minowa has a very small mistake that leads into a massive problem for him. And now he's going to be behind the 8 ball. Now he's going to be fighting back, and he has to put down perfection and hope that James Deane has some sort of very strange issue, or, you know, it doesn't happen for James Deane very often, but it does happen.
It does happen. We've seen him, I mean, do some amazing things. We've seen him, I mean, you know, when he made the jump over to RTR, he had to learn some things. You know, the way Vaughn and the RTR team sets up the vehicles is different from what he's seen over in Ireland, over in Europe. You know, he's driven it all. FD, S15, you know, BMWs, Eurofighters. He's driven it all.
Yeah.
He's never driven a Mustang until he came over here, but he's proven he can win. We did it earlier in Long Beach after a marshmallow fire. I mean, that thing went up in flames. RTR team worked, got the car back together. Testament to that hardworking team. And now Minowa You know, he's praying for basically somebody who he absolutely admires to make a mistake. And, you know, that's a hard ask against a 3-time champion, James Deane. Minowa high on the bank. Now he's letting it all hang out, this 14-year-old. Here we go. Down. Let's see if James Deane holds it together. Looks like he does through the Smoke Canyon, the Smoke Valley, the killer crossover, whatever you want to call it. James Deane should be going to the finals. James the Machine Deane will be going to the finals after a major mistake by the 14-year-old. And with that, I believe unofficially, Brandon Sorensen will get 3rd place.
Wow, I mean, on the box, good job there. But yeah, James Deane, I mean, he knows he's got the advantage here. All he has to do is lay down a run that is still active. Hiro Minowa, though, out front, does go a bit wide with that inside clip. But here's the thing, he's full of adrenaline. He knows he's got to put down a perfect run and hope that James Deane has a very uncharacteristic flaw, which did not happen here. So, you know what? Huge round of applause for Hiro Minowa, because this kid is here, he is making a statement, and this is the next generation of drifting that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely, and again, just that testimonial of James Deane got me into it. I've always wanted to compete against him, beat him. The case, not gonna beat him today, but great effort. James Deane gets the win and is going to the finals. James Deane gets the win and is going to the finals, and guess what? It's an all-Irish final. Shanahan versus Deane. Oh man, Ireland. Oh, so Lorette, how cool is this for Shanahan and Deane? It's all Irish. And the question is, which bar are we going to?
Jared, this is amazing in so many ways, a long storied history between these two drivers. And Connor, you were saying last night, you and James were talking about this. I feel like maybe you manifested this.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's honestly a little bit emotional for me. You know, I used to say when I was a kid watching James and FD, if I ever go there, I want to share my first final with him. So it's quite nice. You know, I've looked up to this guy. He's been a huge part of my program back home. I've battled him all over the world. You know, we've beat each other back and forward many times, and he has been honestly a massive, massive part of my program to make it, you know, possible. And he was the first person what my brother ever slid a car with. So I'm looking forward. I'm going to enjoy this, to be honest. You know, I think the work for me is kind of done. I don't really care who's first or second. I'm spraying champagne with my best friend, and I think Brandon will be on the podium as well, which I'm not 100% sure of. But that battle with Brandon was intense. What a guy. He made me sweat. I had to go to, honestly, a scary level, and I didn't even know if I could do it in this car. But honestly, massive respect to him. He never lifted. And yeah, for sure, we're here. America, I'm here, baby.
Man, so you're saying that you went to a very scary level against Brandon Sorensen. Are you ready to step that up against James Deane?
Yeah, we all know James the Machine. It's not a name for no reason. You know, this is the best driver in the world, in my opinion. And yeah, for sure. Either way, it'll be fun. It'll be full send. You know, the good thing about James is that we both know each other inside out. You know, we know there's no games. It's full tilt from the get-go. The best guy wins, and I'll happily shake his hand first or second once we put on a good show for the crowd what's out there.
Connor, best of luck. Thank you. Jared?
Thank you so much, Lorette. You didn't ask the question, which bar are we going to? That's the important one. Yeah, again, you gotta love the mutual respect, admiration, and the talent behind the wheel. And we're gonna see an all-Irish finale. Woo! This place is gonna get erupting, and that's gonna be a good one. And as he said, you can see right there, Brandon Sorensen outseeds Hiro Minowa. So Sorensen, yes, he will be 3rd place on the box down here. His name will, and he will be holding a carbon fiber trophy. I will be saying his name, but Shanahan versus James the Machine Deane. Shanahan, a rookie and not a newcomer to drifting. He's got the talent, but who's coming out on top? New tires, a little bit of fuel, a little bit of fire. Well, I shouldn't say the word fire right now because we've seen 2 fires at 2 events. This is round 3. We deem it scorched. Round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship here at Orlando Speed World. Again, new rubber, new fuel, and when you come back, the Formula Drift Finals here at OSW.
Is there an argument about whether pumice or walnut shell is the best abrasive in your hand cleaner? Not anymore. Fast Orange Premium brings the 2 abrasives together in one great heavy-duty hand cleaner that includes advanced skin protection. It's our best hand cleaner ever, and that's why we simply named it Premium. Fast Orange. We know a few things about cleaning hands.
Welcome to the streets of Long Beach. Look at that. It is a beautiful day here in Southern California. K&N is back for another year as the official air filter of Formula Drift.
The final touch to my dream build is a Sony Mobile ES system. Time to cruise with Sony Mobile ES.
On race day, when you want to show everyone out there who's the best,
Here we go, Frederick Osborne.
you really need to be focused. I tell myself, I got this. I'm the best there is.
The star is Frederick Osborne.
Welcome back as the stage is getting set, or I should say the cars are getting set. The stage is ready for the tap dance between these two Irish fighters. In this corner, we got Connor Shanahan, and in the other corner, James the Machine Deane, the Shadow Shanahan. There's no shadow boxing now, but I'm going to throw it down to Lorette Nickel, who is with the three-time champ.
Jared, you can't even imagine the level of celebration down here. Aurora came over and shook your hand. Connor just pulled up here, and he said he doesn't care who gets first or second between you two. Do you believe him?
It's wild. It's absolutely amazing. Second time in my career having an All-Irish final. Last time with Deane Carney in Atlanta, and now Connor Shanahan. It's amazing, and for me right now, it's just enjoy it, put on a show for the fans, and just have fun. So I'm super happy. The cars ran amazing all weekend. The team have worked so hard to give me the best Mustang. It's working sweet. And now I gotta just drive it, handle it, and have some fun.
I love the smile. Best of luck, James. Thanks so much. Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette. And I mean, you're gonna see, he looks like a giddy school kid, man. He's just like a schoolboy. And yeah, I'm pumped on this because, like he said, he's going to put on a show for the fans. So this is going to be, it's going to erupt. This place is going to go nuts. The internet's going to blow up. We're going to party tonight at some bar. I can't say exactly where because I don't want you guys showing up. It's going to get weird. Speaking of getting weird in a show, if you have not seen the show, send it. We're doing an episode every round, getting the culture, the feel, the vibe. I'm your host. I say send it all the time, but I send it metaphorically, lifestyle, things, stuff. So let's send it and take a look. Watch the show in its entirety, but here's a teaser. Had a great time in Atlanta. We're shooting one here for Orlando, so take a look at Send It, the show, and it lives on Formula Drift's YouTube page. Woo!
Say it for the people, loud and proud. Atlanta's #1. You ready?
Love you, bro.
Love you, Michael. Oh my God! Let's send it!
Welcome to ATL. We are sending it Southern hospitality style. The car culture down here is awesome. So let's meet up some friends, let's have some parties, and of course, we are going to send it at Road Atlanta, round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. James Deane. Atlanta car culture runs deep. We're at Type S Nightlights. We had to shift little gears, but we're at Lanier Speedway, actually across the street from Road Atlanta. So let's party with all these guys. Show cars, drift cars, it's all going down here. These guys come to every event. This is James the Machine Deane's mom and dad. So good to see you guys.
And you.
Oh my gosh. Hey, your boy.
He's doing okay?
Holy cow.
car went up in flames.
And your winner here at round 1, James the Machine Deane! I called him the James Taylor Deane. You like that? I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
Oh, very good, yes.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
Yes.
He did it all. Wind, Long Beach, fire and rain, all these things. Coming to this event, what are your expectations?
Hopefully not as dramatic as my last 2 FD events. I'm ready to turn the heat down a bit, I think. Yeah.
But how crazy would it be that you win a championship with Ford and Vaughn?
That is the goal.
James Deane is your back-to-back Formula Drift champion.
That is the goal, that is the dream. I would love one more FD championship, just especially in something.
And then you're gonna retire like Chelsea?
No, I won't retire, but I'll just probably hang out with you more at the events.
James Deane. Boom, I have knighted you. Larry Chen, how important is Atlanta to drift culture?
Atlanta is, I would say...
Say it for the people, loud and proud. Atlanta's #1.
Welcome out to Road Atlanta.
The reason why I love this place is because of how dedicated the fans are. I've never seen so many fans make signs, and they're really like big drift inside jokes.
Osmo was wrong.
Like, this is peak drift culture. It's amazing. This is our 3rd year in a row doing Type S Night Lights Formula Drift free meet.
Right.
And look at this. This is crazy. I can't believe the amount of cars and also the quality of cars.
Yeah.
And also different walks of life. JDM, domestic, drag cars, drift cars, show cars,
Euro.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
This guy. I'm joking.
Dude, back to the 90s right there. Sick.
I'm cool with that. Holy cow. If that bites my face, I swear to God, dude.
I promise.
Nah, God damn it.
Look, matching wheels, same wheels.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite vehicles here. We just shot the smallest car here. Now we're shooting this thing, which is the biggest vehicle.
So there's obviously a whole lot of culture going on in Atlanta, which is, I'm not from here. I don't have a reason to like know Atlanta car culture, but I'm loving what I see for the first 5 minutes I walked in.
Thanks for joining us here. What a good time under the lights, but guess what? We are still gonna party here across the street. Road Atlanta, round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship and round 1 of Pro Spec. Send it. And there is a little teaser of Send It, and we're about to send it Orlando. That's right, an all-Irish finale. That is right. Ireland is blowing up right now, and I need your guys' help. Hey, everybody turn on the lights on your phone. You know, you can turn the lights on your phone. Can everybody turn their lights on their phone right now? Because we're going to grab a photo and light up the night. You can film while you're doing it. You can take photos. But again, Orlando, turn the light on your phone. I know you can hear me. Everybody. There it is. Oh, there we go. Turn the light on your phone. Light up the track. Let's get a photo. Light up this Irish battle. Who's coming out on top? Shanahan or Deane? Everybody light up the night. We're going to get one heck of a sick photo, a sick video, and we are ready to send it here in Orlando. The lights will be on, and so will the tire fires, the lights, explosion. James Deane, our points leader, 3-time champion, going against a good friend, a fellow countryman, and a rookie, a newcomer to Formula Drift and the U.S. Championship. Light up the night again. You're going to want to be part of this. My man Lewis, Larry Chen, they're going to grab some photos here and getting the cameras prepped for our Formula Drift finals. Shanahan there in that Red Bull Garageistic BMW, piloted by RCP previously. Now, James the Machine Deane. Hey, leave your lights on. Let's go! Type S lights are underneath the car and on the track and now in your hand. Let's send it! James Deane, Connor Shanahan. The finals are here in Orlando. Which Irish driver is going to get the win? James Deane initiates, big into the bank, big angle from him, an all-out show. They want to put on a show for you across the globe, across the pond, and it's ready to hold by James the Machine Deane. James the Machine Deane, the right-hand drive Ford Mustang. Let's take a look at it again here, Jacob.
Yeah, great launch from both drivers, able to get off the line with a ton of speed. James Deane feints out, gets right into the wall, and now Connor Shanahan tucks into the pocket. You can see the size discrepancy between these cars, but the speed is matched all the way through both of them. Inside clip, fantastic. James Deane, big three-wheel as he gets back on the throttle. Now, Connor Shanahan pulling up like he pulls up the street because they live right next to each other. Right here in Orlando, literally neighbors going at it from across the pond. Ah, this is
storybook.
This is so storybook. It's so great.
And Shanahan said, he says, you know, I've always wanted to come to FT, battle James Deane. They've seen battles across the globe, but on Formula Drift stage, this is history. This is history in the making for Shanahan, for Deane, and for drifting, and for Formula Drift. And you know, we pride ourselves in being the premier international drifting sanction body, and this is a page in the history book that we will never forget. Shanahan and James Deane, who's coming out on top? Are we going to have a victor? Are they going one more time? Who's coming out on top? And again, Shanahan missing Atlanta in Long Beach, had an early exit, and now proving why he is here, why he wanted to be here, and now he is going against a great friend. It's an Irish win, one way or the other. And we are ready to send our second run. Everybody, stomp your feet, make some noise. Let's get ready to send it on 3. Yell, send it. 1, 2, 3. Send it! Shanahan out front, James Deane chasing him down. Irish eyes are smiling on which one of these drivers. Shanahan, big aggressive initiation. James Deane, right there, banging on his door. Like you said, he lives on the same street, Jacob. So there he is. Who's going to answer? Who's going to hold the top spot on the box? James Deane applies the pressure, has to back down. Into the crease goes Shanahan. But James Deane gives him a tap. Says, yes, sir. Welcome to FD. Put some respect on it. 3-time champion. James Deane says, welcome to the States. Shanahan and Deane, what a run.
This is the ultimate master versus apprentice battle here. Connor Shanahan out front, huge snap initiation right into the wall. Now James Deane on him the entire time, throwing it up against that BMW as they transition out. James Deane dives back in, does another tap as they come through the inside clip. Now, James Deane hunts him down, shows him how fast these RTR is, gives him a little tap across the line. Wow.
That was insane.
Man.
You know, they have mutual respect. You know, metaphorically put some respect on it, but just chatting it up, man. You know, this is going to blow up the internet. It's live in full effect. RTR, ready to rock. This team has worked nothing but hard from last year's podium finish with a broken collarbone to this year's win in Long Beach for James Deane. But Shanahan making the jump, coming over here. I think it's great. It's really great to see. I mean, this is insane. Look at the evidence strewn across the track. If we have a winner, you will not see the graphic. And we are showing our BC Racing side by side. Sorensen gets third place, but who gets the win? Let's take a look at it here again. Our judges analyzing. What do you think? What's the point? Or don't talk about it, but walk us through it.
What it's going to be is the consistency really in the lead here. How long are they able to hold the car on the wall? How well can they transition? And these inside clips have kind of become the point of contention for a lot of these battles. How close can you get to it without absolutely punting it across the line? And then as we come through these outside zones, how long can you hold it? How consistent can you be? And then with the chase, it's not just about the contact, it's how well you can get the proximity without affecting the lead line, without smashing into the driver in front. It's great to make the contact and it's absolutely beautiful, but you have to make sure you're doing it correctly and at the right time. So there are so many things at play right here. The judges are still discussing it. If you looked at that and just instantly knew, I don't believe you for a second.
Look at this. The helmets are off. You can see the right-hand drive Ford Mustang. Do we have a victor? Vern, Brian Eggert, Robin Ishida, they're tapping him in. And what a great effort. Here, let's hear you guys. Is it Shanahan? Is it, or is it James Deane? Or would you guys like to see him go one more time?
Everybody here, I mean, they paid for their ticket. They want to see as much as they possibly can, so.
All right, so again, Shanahan, James Deane, or what you said you wanted to go one more time?
One more time!
Well, here it is. They're going one more time. So there it is. Again, they are going back to the pits and getting some fresh rubber. What an insane run.
Yeah.
Are you in agreement with the one?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I want to see it. So if you were trying to leave, time to get back to your seats because we're going to do this again.
Security says back to your seats. If you want to watch it, or just go home, don't forget to tip your waitress, okay?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right? So, I mean, you can go home, but why go home now?
Yeah.
That'd just be silly. You stuck around this long. You've endured the heat, both on track, off track, Mother Nature, and down on the track, right?
Yeah.
So don't.
Why would you go anywhere?
Why would you go home?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just silly. So let's watch another episode of Send It. I think there we go. My man's got the sign. It was that guy. You know what?
One more time.
The judges were on the fence, and then this guy shows up with his one more time sign. They're like, you know what? Todd down there, that guy's right. I think his name is Todd. I looked down, said one more time, and I said, let's run him one more time. Uno más tiempo. All right. So, well, we are maybe one more battle closer to seeing a victor. Woo! Look at this, all the smoke, all the fans, and we are, again, hey, judges over there, who wants to talk? Brian, Robbie, we haven't heard anything from you. Speak up,
Robbie.
man. Robbie, the Japanese-American. I like the patch on your backpack, the split Japanese-American flag. Put some respect on it. Robbie?
Is this on?
It is
yes,
on.
it's on. You talk into that thing. Yes, sir.
Konbanwa.
Oh, yeah, jeez. English, please.
Okay, so the one more time, you guys probably thought it was going to be a one more time as well, but it was just too close. There were really, really small areas that we were looking at, both the drivers. Somebody was like a little bit further away from, the outside zone 2 area, the switchback. It wasn't the cleanest, but I mean, that was probably another perfect example to go one more time because I want to make sure that we get, the winner gets picked fair and square.
And what from your assessment, Robbie, and you're speaking just from your point of view, but I'm sure the other judges, it's reflected in their opinion, what could they do better in this next battle?
Well, just the small mistakes that made, whoever cleans that up and does a perfect lead run is probably going to take it because both of the drivers are killer chasers, so they're going to do, close tandem runs, and we know that, so it's just going to be who's going to clean up the lead runs, and also the transition is probably the hardest part of this track.
Yeah.
And we saw, some of the drivers like Shanahan dove in really hard. If you can dive in like that, I think that's the guy who's going to win.
Refinement. We said at the beginning of the show, both the sport, the cars, getting that refinement, that's who's going to be the victor. But, it seemed like maybe a scotch of James Deane there, if like you were going to go away. That's kind of what I was thinking.
We were about to lean towards something, but we got to see the replays and the side-by-sides and just trying to reassure ourselves, but then we couldn't reassure ourselves, so we had to go with it one more time.
All right, refinement is the name of the game. That was great, but we need you greater, okay? All joking aside, thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Brian Eggert. Thank you, Vernon, for your judging. But don't go anywhere. Both the judges, you, the fans, anywhere across the globe, and especially Ireland. Wake up. What time is it? Wake up. Why'd you put the keys up on the table? They wanted to. All right, let's get a Guinness going. Let's get the Irish whiskey. Irish eyes are smiling. And again, what time is it over in Ireland? Somebody do look it up. Let's look it up. It's 4 a.m. in Tuerck. Oh,
they're still
3:40 a.m. All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, the final one more time, or is it?
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
Max Gear is a high-performance synthetic gear oil designed to provide maximum protection to heavily loaded gear. Its slippery synthetic molecules and center-look additive package not only reduce wear, they virtually eliminate both gear and bearing wear. We run 1,000 horsepower through our transmission and differential all season long and never have a problem. Eliminate a variable. Drift with Royal Purple Max Gear. Pour purple, Royal Purple. You can find Max gear at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Motorsports で得た高度な技術、すべてのレイズホイール一本に込める魂は永遠に変わらない。Beyond the Revolution. The concept is racing.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, where have you been all day? Well, the finals, we need to go one more time. So, with some more insight, with their feet on the street, feeling the heat, literally, Lorette Nickel doing a great job asking questions. James Deane.
James Deane in the car ready to go. That must have been so much fun against Connor, and you get to do it again.
It's absolutely wild. Like, when I was sitting at the start line, I'm thinking like, okay, now we're driving missile cars. These are like cheap ass cars we don't really care about, like, because I know he's going to push in my door and I have to return the favor. So we're bumping each other, we're banging. It's wild, and we're putting on a great show, and I'm enjoying every minute. And let's see what happens now. We'll try our best.
James, thanks. Jared, the energy down here is incredible. This is so much fun. This is why we love drifting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lorette, for all that you do. Absolutely right questions. Shanahan's grandma's up right now?
Margaret Shanahan, shouts out to her. She is still up. She is watching from the Lazy Boy. Whole of Ireland is cheering them on right now. It's incredible.
It's fantastic. So good. Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, Dave English, I'm getting some DMs as well. It's hysterical. This is so amazing. Yeah, Spencer Walsh. We're seeing fans just tuning in from all across the globe. There are the Turbo fan, the discs. Seeing Ray Shake and the team. And there we are. Handsome Rob blowing them down there. Keeping them cool, keeping the car cool, and making their way to the burnout box. Matt Sopa, bring it on in.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, yes, sir.
Shouts out Matt Marcoux.
Yeah. Marcoux there.
Boy, Steve next to him.
Mm-hmm.
The old media family, I do miss him. I was joking, I might sneak into the media box in New Jersey.
Postback?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not doing anything. Why not?
You don't have to sneak in. You have credentials.
Nah, it's more fun if I sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it feels illegal, it's more fun, right?
Keep it creepy. Yeah, I'm with the DJ.
I'm with the DJ.
Yeah. You can't wear the blue beanie.
No, I'll be incognito.
Nobody
Everyone will
recognize you without the beanie.
No, it's great. I walk around, take the hat off. No one has any idea who I am.
All right, so there they are in the pre-stage. And they will be entering the burnout box here in a moment. Again, it was close. I thought the respect bump was kind of sealed the deal for James. Admittedly. I thought that was like the bonk, like later, hey bud, bud. When you call somebody bud, it's absolutely, hey bud.
It really is like the Master and the Apprentice. I mean, Connor Shanahan grew up watching James Deane compete literally from down the street, and now, other side of the pond in cars that aren't even theirs, and they're going at it. Like, this is such a cool story. And
I like what he said. They're driving them like missiles, like they don't even care about them. All right, well, here we are in Orlando. There's still 5 rounds left of this championship. Englishtown, New Jersey. In just a few weeks, you can see St. Louis, Missouri, just across the river. Seattle, Washington, that's technically up in Monroe, Washington. Love that event. Grantsville, Utah, Jacob's favorite event. And Irwindale, California, that's going to be my favorite event this year. It's my birthday, baby. We're going to find out who the 2024 champion is. And we're going to blow it up. It's going to be a barn burner at the House of Drift, October 18th and 19th. And obviously, interwoven in those is our Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. And that will be crowned in Utah.
Yes.
In Utah this year. All right, Shanahan, James Deane. And James Deane, The graphic there says Connor leading, but James will lead because he is our current points leader. So he is sitting, and we are ready to send it. On 3, let's yell send it as loud as possible. Are we gonna get a winner? 1, 2, 3, send it! James Machine Deane, the AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 LT Shanahan, chasing him down. Going into the big bank, Shanahan locked and loaded, both these guys. James Deane using all of that bank. Now into the smoke valley, a big gap. It looks like we got a tire. No, it looks like it's the base of a cliff as we are going down. James the Machine Deane into the crease. Shanahan coming across, and there we go. What looked like a tire, it was the clipping point base rolling across. Sage says, there's a tire. I said, no, it's not. It's a base. Here we go. How low can you go? Base!
Yeah, James Deane once again at the big swing, which basically sets Connor up to be able to chase really well. It's almost like giving him an assist and saying, come on, let's go. Let's do this. James Deane filling all of the first outside zone. And now Connor Shanahan bathing in smoke. Transitions out, has to find him again. Starts to dive back in, and now he tries to get that proximity back. But James Deane, look at that. It's almost like it was a photo. How stable and still that car is all the way through. Connor Shanahan has his work cut out for him. He did lose a little bit of track there. He's going to have to throw down something absolutely incredible. But if there's any time to do it, and if there's any person to do it, it's going to be Connor Shanahan. It's going to be here, and it's going to be now.
It's got to be bananas, dude. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shanahan, Deane, all Irish battle. The words were spoken, but bragging rights are on the line. Points are on the line. The carbon fiber trophy, the top step. Both of them will reek of champagne, joined by Brandon Sorensen. It's been a treacherous weekend here for all the drivers, a pro round and a lone round of pro. We will see you guys in New Jersey, either online or in the building, the purpose-built first ever American Drift Coliseum. Guess what? They still could go another time. We have seen multiple one more times, but here we go. Shanahan or James Deane. Who's going to be dominant? Let's send it! Shanahan and Deane through that start chicane. No cones were hit. The time best lights are on, so are the acceleration lights. Going into the bank. Shanahan goes high. James Deane not as high as Shanahan was. Oh, and there he goes. We got contact. Here we go. We got problems. James Deane! James Deane goes off. James Deane spins. Deane goes off. Shanahan continues on. Connor Shanahan is gonna be your winner here in Orlando. Shanahan continues on, and donuts and celebration. Shanahan, the FD rookie, not a rookie to drifting, comes out on top. Let's take a look at it again. Unofficially, it looked like contact happened. He goes off, but want to make sure. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
Wow, Connor Shanahan, great initiation, gets right up on the wall. James Deane already starting to play catch up, and right here has that tap on Connor Shanahan, keeps going, and it throws James Deane off. That contact with the front wheel, maybe it kicked the wheel out of his hands. Either way, Connor Shanahan absolutely crushing it and finishes off that run. Wow, amazing. Connor Shanahan, James Deane, wow.
So, you know, I'm assuming that here's the replay. So here's what's contentious here. Watch the bank. They want to make sure there wasn't a decel that impeded on James Deane. Yeah, it was that small little decel. The judges, again, they are still reviewing the replay. Yeah, and James Deane beat it on that front left. Look at that front left. He's down to the wheel.
Yeah, so what Jared's getting at there is it did look like the decel light came on for a split second, and was that enough to cause the impact with James Deane? That's what it's going to come down to in the judge's decision. So, wow, we did see James obviously make that contact and then push wide, so you always have to ask yourself, why did that happen? Was that caused by something else? And we are asking for another replay just to check out that section so we can be sure. So what you're going to want to watch for are those decel lights in the front of Connor Shanahan's car. You can see it go red there for a second as he decels that initiation. We see a small one there before. Was that enough to push James Deane wide?
I mean, the judges are over here scrutinizing still. So again, it's not official that this is over. We saw a great lead run, but again, there might have been a decel there between Shanahan. Taking a look at it once again, running it back.
So this is the point right here. You see a bit of a left foot brake, and then moments after.
Tire on tire.
Yeah, moments after, James Deane then surges in. And was that enough? Was that contact, that slowdown enough from Connor Shanahan to cause the contact and then causing a spin. And you can see here they're talking about it, and they're the international hand signs of drifting, both hands out, trying to discuss what's going on. I think either way, these drivers are happy.
Yeah, what a show. Make some noise for regardless. We have not announced a winner. We have not announced a winner. The judges are still conversing over here. Shanahan, James Deane, Brandon Sorensen, join him out there. We know Brandon Sorensen's in third place.
Wow, wow. Are you not entertained? Is this not what you wanted?
All right, we have a winner. We have a winner. Everybody make some noise for our podium finishers. All right. Let's give third place away down here on track. Make some noise. His first podium here in the Formula Drift Air Force Las Vegas pilot. Make some noise for Brandon Sorensen.
Let's go.
And now your winner here at round 3, what we call scorched. Plenty of tires were scorched. Seeing a lot of skin out there because you didn't reapply your sunscreen, especially the Irishmen out there. But we can only have one winner here at round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. It's 4 a.m. in Ireland right now. Grandmas are up, moms, sisters, brothers, family. The whole country is waiting. The winner here at round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship from Ireland is Connor Shanahan is your winner. Pilot of the Red Bull Garage Instinct BMW Vitour tires, Connor Shanahan, the FD rookie. Welcome and congratulations. You are the winner. And with that, make some noise. Second place here at round 3 and your points leader, 3-time champion, pilot of the AutoZone Mustang RTR Spec 5 FD, James the Machine Deane in second place. The electricity, you can feel it. What a great battle. A lot of deliberation from our judges on that slowing down. Would love to have Jacob ask them later, but that's behind the scenes. Lorette, down to you. Irish eyes are smiling. Congratulations. Lorette, down to you with our winner, Connor the Shadow Shanahan. Woo!
I don't know if it has sunk in yet. You could see him just hit the ground. The emotion right now just bubbling up to the surface. What are you processing? What are you thinking about?
Yeah, for sure, it's an emotional one. You know, I've put a lot of work into my driving for many years, and this is rewarding to know that we're good enough to win anywhere in the world. So I've worked my ass off, to be honest. You know, my whole life, my family, everybody has sacrificed lots to get where we are, and you know, to be in this position here and winning a round of FD was always a dream, and to make it even more special, I got it to do with one of my best friends, a guy who's helped me out the whole journey. So it was quite nice. You know, I've enjoyed it every single way. And Rome CP, you guys wouldn't be able to watch me if it wasn't for this guy. So thank you so much, and his whole team and my team. He's an absolute legend, and without him, I wouldn't be here. And of course, all my incredible sponsors, everybody who believes in me since day one, and yeah, still pushing. We got lots left to do, but yeah, P1, baby.
Someone that believes in you, that stayed up until 4 a.m., your grandma, what would you like to say to her?
Yeah, for sure. Always I've got the support from home. I've got an incredible bunch of friends, and I've also got an incredible family. Mom and Dad, I love you guys. Jack was like a remote spotter this weekend. He was on the phone changing shock settings until the very end, so I can't thank him enough. He's always by my side, even if he's here or not, and you know, he knows cars and everything inside out, and without him I would be lost with setup and everything. So honestly, my family, my friends, everybody back home cheering on, and of course to the whole Irish gang and the fans all around the world, thank you so much. We did it.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Connor Shanahan.
Banging roofs, banging doors, lighting fires, and what a show. Jacob, what a great event. There it is. Look at RCP and his crew. He's thanking them. I love Jack. You know, I wondered if he was chiming in remotely. That's exactly what he does, just like Kemp Curley is right now as well. What a show. Hat tip to the judges. Just some tough battles. It was proximity and angle fest here this weekend.
Yeah, this was some of the best tandem we've ever seen in drifting. It was incredible. whatever you say about this place, these rounds, these battles are just so top notch.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were on rails, they were on magnets, Velcro, whatever analogy you want to use. But Ireland comes out on top. The Irish eyes are smiling. We're gonna party, and everybody wins at this event. From last night's seating brackets, the format, it really showed up, and it showed why we made these choices to modify qualifying from single run qualifying to seating brackets.
Yeah, the young guns are here. The new generation of drifting is here, and we're getting to watch it in real time. It only gets better from here, Jared.
Minowa, Sorensen, congratulations, his FD podium, his first FD podium, but what a show. On behalf of our judges, again, Robin Ishida, Brian Egger, thank you so much to Vernon. Of course, we'll see Reese Marin. Next stop, Formula Jeff, New Jersey, June 20th and 22nd. That's just in 19 days. That's right. So again, that is round 2 of the Pro Spec Championship, round 4 of the Pro Championship. On behalf of Lorette Nickel, Jacob Gettens, Ryan Sage, Chris Yule, everybody, all the FD staff, thank you to all the sponsors. We'll see you in New Jersey. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. Congratulations to FD rookie Connor Shanahan for getting the win here in Orlando. We'll see you in Jersey. Send it, Formula Drift Nation.
Slow, walk hard like a rhino. Let's go! Never go slow, walk hard like a rhino. Stop on the cover. We gotta live pronto. Your friends like Colombo. You get a chance like Rondo. Never stop on the cover. We gotta live pronto. Your friends like Colombo. You get a chance like Rondo.